takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Will never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back on the world closing in. Be on the attack with your wings on the wind. All the things will begin. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. And it's ours for the taking. Okay. Here we go. It's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. DK. He's a hard style to listen up to. She could shrink in size to suit her moves. She's quick and nimble when she needs to be. She can go through the air and climb up trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. With a skip and a hop, she's one cool calm. He has no style, he has no grace. This calm has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. He shake himself just like a balloon. This crazy calm just digs this tune. He's back again and about time too. And this time he's in the mood. He's a fly real high with a jetpack on with his pistols out. Just one
I mean, this is a good moment in esports. Hey everyone, welcome to the 2023-2024 season of the Retro Olympics. I am so happy to see a full chat, a full stream. It's so great to be here again. My name is VoiceOfAutumn. I'm a developer for Retro Achievements, but I'm mostly known as the creator of the Retro Olympics. I just wanna thank you all for signing up, watching in these large numbers and showing your support. We've worked really hard for the past half year to, launch a new website, made some fundamental changes to the competition and up the production quality of the show as well. So I couldn't do this all by myself. I have a huge team of volunteers behind me, a website team, stream team, media team, and together we're looking to make this third season, like the Olympic season, the best one yet. Today, I'm joined in this stream by one of these volunteers, and when he introduces himself in a second, you might recognize this voice from the amazing RA podcast. He's a great streamer, he's a great interviewer, and I can assure you he's a great personality off stream as well. And legends say that once he escaped a plane crash during the 2022 Retro Olympics, and he made it out alive. Let me just switch over here and see if I can get Time Crush with me. Time Crush, are you here with me?
Hey there, Voice. Absolutely glad to be here. Seeing all the work go into this thing, like you said yourself, my God, a lot of build-up, a lot of things that we've been working on for a long time here, coordinating. How can we make it a better experience for players? How can we make it a better experience for viewers? We've got some surprises in store for you folks that I think everybody's going to be really happy with. I do appreciate the shout out for the podcast. If anybody wants to check that out, feel free. And other than that, man, the turnout we have already just for the group team draw. Look at all these people here. Absolutely thrilled to see the turnout. I can't imagine what it's going to be once it actually becomes match time. But let's get to it, man. I'm sure we got a lot of things to reveal here, and folks are excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually wondering, what are you looking forward to the most this year?
So without revealing too much, I do have access to that game list, and there's a couple weeks on there that are just right up my alley. If you're familiar with some of the games I've talked about on the podcast, you might have a couple hints there. But it's one of those things where we have such a diverse offering. There's not going to be a week I'm not excited to tune into, but once we start getting down to those nitty-gritties, we have some just some classics in there. Like I said, don't want to reveal anything too much, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to those.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get to that game list in a bit, but first, of course, we're going to do the group draw. Now, we've also had some help outside the volunteer team this year. Because this year, next to the legendary Olympic medals that you can earn, we also have a community-sponsored prize pool. And I just want to give a shout-out to XionX, who has been so generous to provide us with some prizes for the best performing teams in the tournament this year. So once again, shout out to XionX. But let's get on to the group draws. In the previous years,
absolutely.
Yeah, in the previous years, the opening ceremony has always been, pre-recorded. We've seen some snippets from it just now in the intro. But this year, we wanted a little bit more engagement from the community and actually hear you guys' reaction directly. So I will quickly break down how we're gonna do the group draw, and then we're gonna dive right into it. So let's get it on stream. On the stream screen. This year we have 21 teams participating with a total of 69 players, which means this year we will be having 5 groups, 4 of 4 and 1 of 5. The top 3 teams from each group move on, and then 1 team out of the remaining teams that has earned the most points will also qualify for the knockout stage. If we end up with ties, we will do a tiebreaker just like last year. Because we have an uneven amount of teams, I won't spoil whose fault that is, but the team that signed up late, you know exactly who you are. We will have a group size of 5 in Group A, which does mean we have to say this up front, that we will have a fill-in match every week. Where one of the teams in Group A that already competed has to compete against the remaining team. They cannot earn any points for this match, but they can, however, deny the other team their points. We will go into the RetroOlympics chat later and define where needed, but for now, just a heads up on that. Let's see time. For the actual group draw, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in the teams one by one to draw a lot. And we're gonna do this order based on the time of sign up. Now, the first team that picks the lot, the team that's in this lot will be placed in Group A. Then the next team comes in, picks a lot, that team will be placed in Group B, and we do that over and over again until we reach Group E. We go back to A, and we repeat that process.
Sounds simple enough to me.
Time, I'm counting on you to get some reactions.
I'll see what I can do. Who do we have first up on the list?
I will pull up the list right here. And the first person, or person I should say, team that we're gonna bring in, I'm quickly gonna check who is available of their team. It's gonna be, of course, he signed up first, the French gold medalist Pampa 50 with his 2 teammates, Iruma Spades.
Excellent.
And Adenot. We can get them in here. Now Pampa, I have...
Hello.
Yes, perfect.
Excellent. From the previous year, we have our winner here, the old-time champion, first to sign up and first to draw. Pampa, you've had this on your list to get done for a while now, it seems, especially if you were first in the door. First thing I want to ask you, how did you assemble your team?
Well, it was pretty simple. Well, Andreas was ready to defend our gold medal from last year, so it was easy to recruit him. And Iruma is a newcomer, but we have trust that he can bring something to the team as well.
Excellent. So pretty much just locked in some success from last year, found some fresh talent on the table, ran with it. Love to hear it. Let's get to your draw.
Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, thanks. I think I'll manage. Um, I don't know. Maybe the Master Ball, the Array Ball. The Array Ball is very nice. I think I'm going to pick that one. The Array Ball.
Excellent. Test.
Oh, they can't hear me. All right. Now you should be able to hear me. But they were able to hear Pampa.
Yes. Pampa has chosen the RA ball itself. Starting out as a champion, he's going to go with the site-represented ball.
Yeah. So once again, really quick, sorry guys. You are right, my microphone was muted. On the screen we have 21 balls. Each ball contains one team. Right now we're gonna draw the ball, and whatever team's inside will be placed in the A1 slot. And Pampa, you picked the RA ball, is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Then here we go.
And... Oh, all right. So we have some familiar faces coming back for the first draw as well. Bendy been around for a long time now, running the events team. Absolutely a fierce competitor from the last year as well. They've got a good spread of talent here. We have a fighting game expert, I believe a resident Mega Man champ, and then a platformer beast as well. This is going to be a tough team to go up against. Excellent, and what a name! I gotta love that. All right, Pampa, what are you thinking there? That's your draw. You got these guys, familiar faces. I think you actually had a couple rounds against them last year.
Yeah. We fought them 3 times last year.
So it almost feels like you were destined to pick this ball right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that almost felt like destiny. I hope we don't get picked for Group A now.
well, I mean, only time will tell. But we do have Proto Man's Protectors taking the A1 slot in Group A. I think it's very fitting that you were the one to draw that. Haruma, I noticed you're unmuted as well. Did you have anything you wanted to add here, being a fresh face? What do you think about this event? What are your thoughts on this going on?
Sorry, but my English is not the best. Can you repeat?
Sure. Being a fresh face here, it's your first year competing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all the turnout so far, the events? Any thoughts about going into this, or where do you think your specialization lies?
My specialization, it's versus fighting on the Super Mario 64. And I hope to be on part with my partner who have a gold medal the last year. And that's it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. It sounds like you guys have an excellent spread of talent here. Adenoth, did you have anything you wanted to throw in here? Any final thoughts?
What?
Moving on to Adenoth, your teammate.
Yeah.
No. All right, I think we're all set here. Voice, who do we have next on it? Gentlemen, thank you for coming on. I can't wait to see this event go down, and let's hope you don't get lined up with them for old time's sake.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
Est-ce qu'on peut me traduire en français?
I
Excellent. All right.
have
Boys,
no
who do we
idea
have
what
next
they
on
were
the
saying
list?
At the end, man, I have no idea. I don't speak French, but sacre bleu is all I'm gonna say. Up next, funnily enough, we are gonna bring in the Pro Demands Protectors because Ben the Human's team was the second team to sign up. So let's.
Oh,
quickly
this
see.
is just.
This is
This is fantastic.
that's
You know where this is going.
I see Game Champ. I'll move Game Champ over here. That's one. Then we need Clyde Cadell, who is in there. Welcome, both of you. I don't see Bendy in there. Is it right that Bendy is not here?
Correct.
Ah, all right. Well, gentlemen, you two are representing the team draw for this day. And familiar faces once again. You just got placed yourself. Any thoughts before we get going?
No. Complete blank.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, a little bit blindsided, I'm sure, seeing that team come up and draw yourselves. It's a bit staggering of an odds, being so many Pokeballs here, but I think we know exactly how this is going to end. There's going to be some fierce matches in your future, but the time has come. It is your turn. Select a ball.
So Clyde, would you like to? Because I have a ball that I'm looking at that I desperately need.
Then that sounds like a you thing. Go for it.
Okay, GS ball. It's the only one that matters.
All right. It has been decided.
One GS ball coming up.
Oh, and what an intro theme do we have here? X-Claws, nearly 200 game awards, and I don't know who put together your ensemble here, folks, but Castlevania's a thrilling pick. A fresh face as well. Excellent. All right. And rounding out our team. Excellent. All right, so I see a lot of familiar faces here, even though we don't have previous representation on the RetroOlympics in that second member. Definitely see their name around a lot and known for a little bit of their prowess here. You two, how do you feel about drawing that team, placing them up there? Could be facing them. It's something to add to the party here. Thoughts?
Well, is it that we're going up against Group B? Sorry, I'm still trying to figure everything out.
Oh, I think they're just getting placed in a group.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
Okay.
we're going over the groups, working up. So the first ball goes to Group A, the second ball goes to Group B. Next one's gonna go to Group C, D, E,
I
and then
see.
we repeat the equation.
Loops around.
Gotcha. Whew, very exciting.
All right. Well, what do you guys think that you two bring to the table? What are some of your niches? What about Bendy there? What do you think that you are going to be able to outpower the others with?
Well, I know I'm here for all the fighting games. That's definitely my forte. I can do a little bit of platforming, but we're probably going to be leaving a lot of that to Bendy.
Excellent. And Game Champ, what about yourself? What do you think you bring to the table?
I'm mostly just hoping to get carried.
All right. Yeah,
I think
no
Clyde
problem
and Bendy
there.
got this.
gonna ride their mighty backs to victory. No, but it's glad to have you here, guys. It's one of those things. Again, familiar faces. I can't wait to see some of these matches come down the pipes. Any final thoughts?
Just excited to see these games.
Absolutely. Well, let's keep it moving. Voice, who do we have next on the list?
Ooh, time. I see some comments in the chat saying, man, I gotta take it all in. I'll be honest, I'm taking it all in right now because these are two very strong teams coming in.
Absolutely.
We're absolutely not gonna have one group of death if this continues. But man, and
it works out. It works out. We don't want to see a clean sweep. It was something that ultimately was going to be left up to chance here, and so far, chance is working out in everyone's favor. it makes for a lot more interesting games and lineups in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I would not be happy to be placed in either of those groups, but then again, I am a host for a reason. I have 0 skill.
Exactly.
Actually, we're gonna go on to one of my personal favorites for this tournament. We're gonna bring in Crazy's team together with Bluebee and Heart Sonic Storm. Just gonna take a real quick look. We have Heart Sonic Storm here. I see Craze coming in. Quick check if Bluebee is here. I don't see Bluebee in the chat, so I guess we're playing with these two French connoisseurs.
Excellent. Gentlemen, welcome. If we could get them unmuted, or if you want to unmute yourselves.
Hi.
Hey there. All right, so if I do recall, this is your first year at the Retro Olympics, correct?
Yeah, it is.
So I asked this of the previous newcomer. What are your first impressions so far? We see a lot of production value. We see a lot of turnout and viewers. We see a lot of people that are hungry for these matches. Was this what you kind of had in mind, or where does it differ?
I'm pretty impressed, honestly, by the presentation. It's pretty cool. I'm a bit nervous, though, but it's fine, it's fine.
Excellent. I mean, a little bit of nerves is always something that can be used as motivation. That being said, your time to draw has come, gentlemen. Which will you pick?
I kind of like the speedball.
The speedball?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Speedball it is.
Now let's see what's behind the speedball. That is in fact, just to make sure, I was referring to the quick ball when you said speedball. That was the quick ball. Do you mean the ball with the lightning bolt on it, or do you mean the actual quick ball?
No, that was the
That
right
was the
one.
right one?
Yeah.
All right. Just to make sure, I don't want to badly influence the draws.
I mean, most of these balls' names are beyond me anyway, so I'm right there with you.
I am very happy. By the way, big shout out to Nydaxn for providing these balls and the animations. I'm very happy he gave me a complete list. You are the best. All right. Here we go once again. My apologies.
What an intro. We got a little bit of a difference here. Nydaxn coming back. McLovin, otherwise known as Sid Amardo. I am a fan of whoever put this together. El Farrell, also a returning player from the Olympics. Fantastic. We love to see this put together. Wiki Kiwi. Ryu's Ronin. All right. So we've got a pick for Group C now. I'm not sure if they're quite the powerhouse teams that we had for the first two draws, but I'm sure they're not to be underestimated. Voice, what are you thinking about these guys coming to the table?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, Mankodex is actually an experienced tournament player. From what I know, Mankodex, and I think the other two players, maybe even three, all three of them have a podcast that's actually pretty well known in the the Brazilian / Portuguese / Latin America community, which I'm not very knowledgeable on. But I definitely think these guys are not to be underestimated. Don't forget that Mankodak's team last year actually performed really well, despite having some issues at the start because of roster changes. You know, this was one where we were still running the format where teams were randomized instead of you creating your own team. Yeah. So I think for the circumstances that they were in, they performed really well, and they are definitely a force to look out for this year once again. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I mean, I kind of get a little bit of enjoyment out of the fact that the Latin American team had a Mega Man soundtrack backing to it. It feels fitting. But gentlemen, any final thoughts before we move you back on? Any last words for your competitors coming down the pipes? Any, friendly shit talk for what it is?
I don't know.
I don't have anything to say except good luck for everyone.
Yeah,
Excellent.
good
And
luck to.
I hope everyone will have fun.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, we will see you when it becomes match time, but otherwise, we will see who we have next on the draw.
Yeah, excellent time. Staying within the BR theme, next up is Galactic Spears team, together with Live Retro and David YouTube BR2. We're just gonna take a quick look if any of them is
Not actually seeing any of them present.
Just gonna do a quick check. Thought I saw Live Retro in the chat earlier.
Well, in this scenario, I think it would be best to give it maybe a minute or so, and otherwise you default to near the end of the list, you would think.
I'm here, forgot the comments. I see, is that Galactic in the chat? David Brunhara, is that you, Galactic? Yeah, could you come in the Discord so you can draw a ball?
Paging 1 Galactic. Paging 1 Galactic to Discord.
Clean up in aisle 2. Just gonna...
We're just hanging out. Just a little bit of hanging out time with
man,
the Olympians.
This gives us time to take it all in.
No, I definitely... it's one of those things we've been saying it so far all day. We've got games coming down the pipes that are going to be fantastic. I think it's going to get a lot of people excited here. Right now, though, it is essential we get the teams placed. Without having the teams placed, the games would get eaten up alive. But as soon as we have that in place, oh man!
Right,
so I'm honestly chomping at the bit for that.
Galactic says they can't make it right now. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go on to the next team in the list, and then at the end, if anything is left time, I'm gonna give you the freedom to pick a ball, as you'd have no idea what's in these balls either.
No, and I will struggle to know the names. Yep. So here we go.
We're gonna move on to a team that's for me a dark horse, as I'm not really familiar with any of these players, to be honest.
Okay.
And that is Yoshi Killers 109's team, together with Evil Link 2565. Ready Card 53, and Mr. Rock Table.
So we have everybody but that last Mr. Rock Table. But, gentlemen, welcome aboard. As Voice said, I also have to concur. Fresh faces, I don't really recognize any of you. What brings you to the table? What made you sign up? And what said this is the one where I'm going to put my face out there?
I've been doing Retro Achievements for a little bit, and I saw this, and I was like, you know what would be awesome? If I just got all my friends together and we signed up for no reason. So now we're here.
Oh, right on. So you fellas actually know each other in real life. Fantastic. That's awesome.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yo,
I mean,
I love this. I love this.
This is something special, but I do want to say you guys have a number to chase amongst each other that you can take the fight into real life now. So good luck.
Yep.
Yeah. That being said, glad to have you here, guys. What's your pick?
All right. We discussed this before, and I think we're going to go with the Safari Ball.
Safari Ball it is. Quick and easy. Voice, cue us up. All right, going from being a wiki editor to an actual competitor. Who do we have here? Yeah, not much to know about him indeed. Nico Plays Things, a new challenge. Huge Canadian streamer ready to drop into the action. All right, complete fresh face. He hopped on, played Pokemon once, and says, I'm ready. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of like that. If you're going to dive in the deep end, sort of like you gentlemen just did here. Whoever figured it out first and got the other two to do hardcore drugs, I mean, play retro achievements, you're going to come to find that it's a little bit obsessive. So you have a draw here. Any final thoughts? Any things you want to send to the other competitors? What's the last statement you guys want to give us?
Well, not gonna lie, pretty nervous. Seeing a lot of these teams, very, good players here. I'm just hoping that we can, make a dent in this at least.
Hey, everybody started somewhere. Who knows? We could be looking at a few of our top 10s in short time. But we'll see you next time, and when it's ready for matches, I'm going to be there. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, Voice. Who do we have next on the draw?
Time, I just want to quickly come back in for two reasons. First of all, how funny is the coincidence here? The team that we just drew, the Delfino Devils, they are also a team full of people that I've never seen before. I feel like they're a friend group.
No.
Just like...
It very well could be. When we get them in here, it's something we're going to have to ask. But honestly... weird to say, sort of heartwarming to see somebody go like, "Hey, buds, let's play some red." Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the invisible string theory. And funnily enough, I see the question in the chat. Can we do the introduction again once more for the music? First of all, this song is in my top 3 of best anthems for all the ones that have been submitted. But second of all, I think when I changed the scenes just now, I made a mistake, and when I'm gonna go back to the group draws, we are actually gonna see the intro again. But seeing as that song is so fire, I'm just gonna roll it once more, and then we're gonna pick a new ball, if you're okay with that.
All right, let's get it going. Such a jolly thing. It's so happy.
Man, and imagine this is not even the best song in my opinion.
I don't know. Honestly, it's going to be hard just for personal bias. The team that used Castlevania there, Alucard. Sorry. Love it.
All right. Let me switch over to the sheet. Up next is my personal fan. The person that always motivates me to make a better event by telling me I have a bad game taste. No, I'm joking. It's Misery, together with Daniel ARP and Just Yellow. Let's get them in here.
Excellent. I see Just Yellow. I can't seem to... There's Misery. And I don't see Daniel. I believe he said he was on the phone earlier and couldn't join.
All right, well, we'll see how many people we can get in here. Misery is here, Yellow. Daniel is bouncing on us.
Yeah, so excellent. Competitors, welcome aboard. You've seen how it's going so far for the first handful of draws. We get an intro, we get a little revelation of who's going to be competing with where. But I want to focus on you for a second. You competed before last year, Miss Array. I don't believe you did, Yellow. How did you coordinate the team? What are your thoughts going into it this year that you want to do differently from last year? What are your hesitancies?
I don't know. I'll try to be more relaxed, not to take this much very seriously, have fun, blah blah blah, all that, and and that's it. I'll try to have fun and not put much pressure on me.
All right, so everybody out there save that clip. We'll edit it later when Miss Array loses their minds, and it'll be a fantastic edit. No, but Yellow, fresh face, as far as I know, first time competing this year. What are your thoughts on it so far? Might not be wanting to talk today, but that's all right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no worries. All right, guys. Well, it's time to draw. What is your selection?
The Premier Ball, top right.
Premier Ball.
Oh boy. I forgot what's in here. All right, let's take a look.
He did say top right at least, so. All right. A lot of fresh faces. I see some familiar. We were just trying to find him earlier. You know, if nothing else, Voice, I really enjoy that we have such a turnout for the events of first-time competitors. You know, it seems to be something that people are willing to put a little bit of a chance on. You know, they might not be the most familiar with the RA community as a whole, but they see this and they go, "What? You know what? Yeah, let's jump in."
There's actually
Miss Ray, go ahead. Yes, Voice.
There's actually a funny story. I was in RA General earlier today, and I remember Craze saying, "Eggman's useless. That's a bad character." And I was like, man, just wait until you see your team reveal tonight, because you are
Right.
on Eggman's team.
You've got egg on your face, my boy. That being said, Miss Ray, I wanted to ask you actually a broader kind of question. A lot of these newcomers, what do you think about seeing so many fresh faces?
I like it. It's good that the community is getting bigger and braver maybe.
I think that's a great way to describe it, honestly.
Yeah.
Willing to take a risk on something and take a chance. Well, guys, glad to have you here. Can't wait to see what you do in the matches. Miss Ray, I know you really get into these things, and I'm thrilled to see what you can do. Until next time.
Thanks.
All right, Voice. Who do we have next on the list? Rounding us back out to Group A.
I need to remember to click these scenes off when I switch scenes so we don't have the balls opening again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Next up is one of our volunteers. It's Nikki.
Ooh.
Nikki together with Arias, Doggy, and Prof.
I don't see Arias, but I do have the other three. Prof, Nikki, Doggy, welcome aboard. How are we feeling today? What are your initial thoughts on here? We've seen a lot of fresh faces. I believe we have a couple returning faces out of your team. Let's lean into your strengths. What do you think you bring into the table?
Well, I think we're a bunch of underdogs because last year, if I remember correctly, we did not do that well. But we've trained over the last year. I think I've assembled a great team this year, and I think platformers, any kind of racing, any kind of quick challenges, I think we'll be able to do it pretty easily.
Excellent. Reaction time seems to be the name of the game here for you guys. Love to see it. So what's going to be your ball pick here?
So we thought about it. We've actually chose 3 balls, but they've all been taken.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So we fall back, and we're gonna take the moon ball.
All right, moon ball it is. Voice, cue us up. Listen to that jam. Hi, excellent. All right, we have a returning face as well. Well known for Fire Emblem. Blaziken. Wow. All right. Been around for a long, long time, but first time at the Olympics. Love to see it. Wow, not too familiar with you. I'd be interested to hear how they came across them as a teammate. And leaning into the Pokemon theme, we have Giovanni's Grunts. Excellent. Well, gentlemen, I honestly kind of want to ask what you think about seeing some old heads come to the table for the first time.
I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I think all these new faces are really going to make the competition a lot more competitive, and I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I do think it will see a lot of new skills players uncovered in this. Just because they're new doesn't mean they don't have talent.
Right.
Well, gentlemen, I'll be glad to see the matches and can't wait for it. So until next time.
Thanks.
Time.
All right, boys.
This ball
Yes.
might endanger my life.
Yeah. Group A's getting spicy.
Yes. And I've been talking to Pi and Blaze off stream regarding the event. I told them that one team has to play multiple matches in Group A. And they said, well, it better not be me, Voice, because we will hate you forever. Well.
Uh-oh.
It's a good thing that you are hosting the streams and I get to sleep.
That's nothing I can't handle. All right. Who do we have next on the list?
Up next, we're moving to a little roach called Roached, Wimpy Fox, and Genesis Lover.
All right, let's get some of those in here. I don't see Wimpy Fox or Genesis Lover.
I saw Genesis in here earlier.
Double check with me here, but I don't believe I'm seeing any of them.
That's not good.
Well, no matter. We'll do as we did before. Move on to the next.
Just quick, because I'm just gonna mark both those teams in the sheet real quick that they haven't picked yet, and then when they come back later, they can. Wimpy was here as well, man.
I do see Galactic. Here now.
Well, I got a ping somewhere. Craze, can you not ping me when we're in the middle of the stream? Let's move on to Venhur's team first. So
all right, we're gonna get Venhur's team in there.
Venhur, Theo Vellum, and Alex C25.
Gentlemen, welcome aboard. Ven, well and outspoken. I believe you're going to be representing a little bit of the interviews here, or am I going to miss out on hearing you? I see him typing. That means I'm going to miss out on hearing him. All right. That being said,
yeah. Me too.
Yes, Theo. Hello, welcome aboard. Ven, you are in here. Get yourself unmuted. I wanted to say that you guys are well-known faces in the RA community. Ven almost keeping a little bit of a journal on his masteries and small reviews of his thoughts as they develop in almost a character-like fashion. Kind of wanted to see what brought you guys to the table for this event. How did you come together as a team? What are those initial thoughts?
Well, we kind of got together because we all realized we're all a nervous bunch, so maybe our nervousness will bounce off each other and
Yes.
Cause us to be so nervous.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it's going to work. Like buzzing electrons getting together, you guys will bounce off each other and reach harmony. Everything's going to be fine. That being said, time to draw has come. Do you have a ball in mind?
I'll let Ven here. Do you have a ball in mind, or should I pick? I'll wait for them to type.
Sure.
Venhur typing is loading. 50%, 75%. Epic review has been written.
33%? What the hell? No. The classic Pokeball.
Yay.
All right, here we go. Voice, cue us up.
That's going to be one to remember. All right, here we go.
Ooh, we got that James Bond groove. Retro Kaiser, a very well-known face in the community. Participated in several teams, first time on the Olympics. Blood Parade. Fierce competitor last year. I'm sure he's ready to go again this time. And Freestar, also well-known around the community. Also ready to go, I'm sure. Gentlemen, you've pulled some familiar faces. Yang and Yoon's Yapper. That's say that 5 times fast. But anyhow, we have Freestar talking a little smack with a Beetlejuice gif. It's showtime. How do you guys feel about drawing these familiar faces? Are you a little bit, let's say, nervous?
Well, I mean, nervous is the best way to describe our team, I guess.
Exactly why I brought it up. That being said, guys, I don't think you're going to have that much trouble when it becomes game time. These theatrics, these interviews might not be up your alley, but I know what is, and that's playing some solid games. Do you have any final thoughts that you want to send off before we get you out of here?
Well, I just know that I really want to focus on having fun this year. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure our entire team thinks the same way.
And I think that's a great mentality to have. Ultimately, I believe that's what we're all trying to do here. It's fun to have a little bit of competition, but if you're not enjoying it, you're missing the point. But thanks for coming on, folks, and we will be happy to see you come match day. All right, Voice. Looks like we're going to try and get Galactic in here next, if I'm reading you right.
Yeah, I saw some messages in the chat saying that they were ready to get pulled in. Oh, they're typing right now. So let's see if they respond to that. Yeah, by the way, regarding the team that was just drawn, very interesting to see Freestar on that team, as he's participated before and had some pretty strong teams that I was expecting him to... I say him, them, I was expecting them, excuse me, to pair up again. But very interesting. Blood Parade, famously known for underestimating themselves and then performing really well. But yeah, I see we have Galactic in here.
Yes, he was able to come aboard Galactic, representing your team. We've seen a lot of strong powerhouses come on. You missed your first draw potential, unfortunately, but nothing that can't be recouped. Any initial thoughts that you have for us? Anything you want to say?
I don't have nothing to say yet.
All right, a man who is just ready for the results, and then he will speak, or let his actions speak for them. What is your ball selection, sir?
Oh, wait. The orange one on the bottom left.
The Pokeball with a Pokeball.
The one with the mark on it, right?
Right.
All right. Let's pull it up and open it up.
See what we got here. Oh, all right. Yamaha competitors. And of course, it's going to be in their intro. Another Castlevania banger, by the way, and I'm struggling to pick a winner now. And there he is, the guy who's going to speak when it becomes his turn. Balmont's Brawlers against Alucard's Angels. My God, I want to see that happen bad. All right, Galactic, you got your draw out of the way. You strike me as a man of few words. Any final thoughts?
And nothing, I have nothing really.
Not a problem with that. As I said previously, somebody who will let their actions speak for them. We look forward to you come match day.
Thanks.
All right, Voice, we got that out of the way, got caught up.
Yeah.
Who do we want to have next in the draw?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to stop the stream right here and quit this entire competition.
Okay.
I really wanted the Belmont Brawlers to play against Axeman Emerald, okay? I really
just wanted to see that go down.
I wanted Praise and Raichi against each other 7 weeks. And what do I get?
It would have been absolutely brutal. It would have been a fantastic showdown. But hey, I missed out on mine as well.
Man, the shit-talking competition would have been Unreal. All right. That intermission being finished and me being slightly depressed right now, we're gonna head over to another French superpower. It's the group I was talking about earlier. That seems like a friend group to me, just like Yoshi's Killers squad. It's gonna be Mantooth together with Flaky, Nico Plays Things, and Jim 6. I'm not really sure how many of them we got in the chat, but luckily you are ready to move them.
Mantooth just hopped in here. Nico Plays Things just hopped in here. And I don't see Jim 6, but I believe we have you two gentlemen. Now, fresh faces as well. Nobody I recognize. How did he come to How did he come aboard Retro Achievements, and what made you sign up?
It's my fault. A couple of months ago, I came a little bit too much addicted to Retro Achievements, and I brought everybody in my friend group on the Retro Achievements.
It is the same thing. Oh my god!
And then
he passed it on to me, and I'm addicted since. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's glad. We say that in jest a lot of the time, but it's a fantastic way to hear about the website. You know, when you're just having a good time, and you're like, "Hey, man, do you want to have a good time too?" So glad to have you here, guys. You got another group before you that came on in a similar situation, a friend group in real life, similar circumstance. But it's time to move on to your draw. Did you have a ball in mind?
Yes, I do. So at first, since we're French, we wanted to pick the Premier Ball because it means first, and that's what we're aiming for. But since it's been picked, we're gonna go the Rocket route and steal it from them.
Oh, I love the mentality. Let's cue it up, voice. Rocket Ball.
Man. Oh, I love you guys. Can I just
Thank you.
Before the ball comes out, when you saw their intro, have you seen this epic gamer photo of Nico? The man is an esports legend. You can tell.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna open up the Rocket Ball.
Who's out for bounties. A lot of fresh faces, I do believe. Cress's Crusaders. Rounding out the team, we do have a volunteer member. That's fantastic to see, and wanted to get involved in the competition as well, throw their own things in the ring. Guys, it seems like it's been fate today for people who are new to draw other folks that are relatively new. Do you have any worries about going into this competition? Do you have any places that you don't think you have a strength in, maybe a genre or something of that nature?
I mean, I don't know if I speak for everybody on the team, but I think if we get RPGs where like it could be an issue.
Yes,
but
unless it's Pokemon, because we're
unless
pretty good in
Pokemon.
But,
But we're a pretty all-around team, and and if we get a racing game, it's over. Like just 4 feet already. Like it's easy. Like
you're that confident?
Two.
Let's go.
Like,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I do know on I believe it was Giovanni's Grunts, you have a racing aficionado. So you narrowly escaped one hell of a clash up there. But I'd be thrilled to see what you guys bring to the table. Any final thoughts before we get you out of here?
We just hope everybody has fun, and it's our first tournament this year, so we're hoping to be in a good spot. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, glad to see you compete. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right, voice. Seems like we got some good people on here. Another friend group. Who are we moving on to in the next draw?
Man, I'm looking forward to this team. You can tell that they're, genuinely nice guys. I always love a squad that's actually a squad. Man, love it. We're gonna move on to the next team for Group E. Of course, I ruin this transition every time. I'm the worst streamer in existence. Once again, I'm so happy you're gonna take over in January. Thank you for linking the website in the chat. And welcome in Forstam. We love to have you here. We are gonna move on. I'm just gonna quickly check if Roach or any of Roach's team has appeared yet, but I don't think they have. wouldn't be Genesis. No, Genesis was in there earlier. Well, regardless, we're gonna move on to. I love this player and I love her team because she's always positive, always competing every year. It's Psyduck, who I think is asleep right now as she suddenly had to work overtime. But we will be joined by Kiwiz, who is also not here. But then we will be joined by Segjida, who is a friend of Psyduck, all the way at the bottom.
All right, there we go.
Welcome.
Zajita, representing your team. Not a familiar face to myself, but I do recognize your teammates. What brought you together?
Hey there. So yeah, I actually didn't know about the site till about a month ago when she said, "Hey, you should do this." I've known her for 10 years.
I mean, that's a solid recommendation then. I guess 10 years means, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, I genuinely just had no idea about it. She was like, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" And I was like, "Sure." I did YouTube for almost as long as I've known her, so screw it, let's do this.
Right on. I love the attitude, diving in head first. Only been here a month and we're ready to compete. All right, that being said, it is time for your draw. Did you have one selected?
We're going to go with the Dusk Ball.
Dusk Ball it is. Voice, cue us up. And using that laugh in the background. Alright, so this is the friend, or I'm just gonna call him the phallus. It might be Ganondorf something. Guardians here, you're the phallus. But glad to see it. We have Zajita, a handful of friend groups in here who actually know each other. You actually know Psyduck, so it just seems to keep lining up. Your teammates are people that you can strategize with in real life. Throw a group text together and say, "Hey, what are we doing?" Do you think that's going to be advantageous to some of these teams?
Oh yeah, definitely. When you can kind of plan out where you're going to go and what games you're good at, then you kind of know. We're kind of in a middle ground here because, like I said, I've known Psyduck forever. I have not met Kiwiz yet, so
it'll balance out, I'm sure.
So we're just gonna do what we're gonna do, and we'll see how it goes, right?
Nothing wrong with that. Well, Zajita, glad to have you aboard here. Thrilled to see what you can do in the match competition.
All right, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time. All right, Voice. Who do we have next on the list?
Up next is my apologies to the Ganondorf team. As the moment the ball opened, I realized the render did not update. And although the contents of the intro are the same, it wasn't the right edited version. I'm gonna quickly see if I can pull up the right one and if it rendered correctly. Kind of pisses me off, to be honest. Let's see if... yes, and of course the audio doesn't... Up next, we're gonna have Proda, along with Amazing Baja and Monkey Bug.
I got Amazing Baja. I don't see Monkey Bug. And what was that other one?
Prota.
Prota.
And if Monkey Bug is not here, he is officially removed as a volunteer for not being a cool guy.
You lose. Good day, sir. You get nothing. All right, gentlemen, welcome aboard. Initial thoughts on this. I frankly not too familiar with your faces, but I'm glad you're here. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts? I see you're trying to talk.
Oh, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know if Proto's mic is working or not right now.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Sorry, I guess the stream was acting up for me, so I didn't even hear us being called.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
Do we have a... it looks like are we stable now at least?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. Well, that being said, initial thoughts. What are we thinking here? I don't recognize either of your faces, but I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, pretty new faces.
What are your thoughts on bringing some fresh faces to the competition? You're seeing a lot of new competitors in here, a lot of old heads. Do you have any strengths or nerves that you're worried about?
Yeah, well, definitely excited. Definitely some nerves, but it's good to see a mix of fresh and old faces, and we're of the fresh variety. Recently joined Retro's Achievements earlier this year, and it's going to be a broken record because we've heard it already a few times, but convince my friend Baja to join as well. So we've been, being a part of the community, getting to know everybody, having a fun time. And then we just decided, hey, why not try the Retro Olympics? People are pretty excited about it, so it should be fun. And we needed a third, and Monkey Bug volunteered, and we, all teamed up, and now we're just excited to give it a go and, see how things turn out.
Awesome. Well, it seems like a positive attitude to take into the competition. That being said, it is time to draw. Make your selection.
All right. Well, Baja, do you have any preference? Because I'm leaning towards either the Ultra Ball or the Luxury Ball.
But a decision must be made.
I'd lean toward the luxury ball. What about you?
Well, it was one of my two, so the Luxury Ball it is.
Let's do it.
All right, cue it up, voice. You're going up against a man made of pure chocolate. Well, not you. Knuckles Commandos. Again, these batches of fresh faces.
That's actually not Knuckles Commandos.
Oh?
That is, in fact, Uchida's Ushers, who once
We
again...
have done a whoopsie poopsie.
Whose file didn't update. Thank you, OBS.
No problem. These are the technical fun limitations that come with volunteer efforts.
Yes, but they will be moving on to Group A, and their logo has been imported correctly, so I will shut up and let you do your job.
All right. Well, guys, you are, like I said, some fresh faces here. Glad to see you aboard. What are your strengths in gaming? What do you think that you have in the bag? What do you want to see come to the table where you go, you know what, I'm going to shine?
Got it. Well, I think we have a little variety, thankfully. I think everyone on the team kind of plays a lot of different games, so I think we all can kind of try to fit in where we might have to. But personally, for me, it's more RPGs, like 2D fighting games, platformers. Baja, what do you feel strong
Super
about?
Nintendo. Definitely.
Okay,
NES,
the
Super NES.
systems
Mhm.
rather
All right.
than the types.
All right.
you.
Gotcha. So that was definitely a Nintendo household growing up. I hear you loud and clear. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad to see you here. Like I said, all these fresh faces make it very exciting, and can't wait to see what we do when it comes match day. We'll see you next time.
I just got to say too, real quick, I love the name, Kless's Crusaders, just because also me and Baja in 14, we have our free company and we're called Crusaders of the D-Pad. So I'm really, it just happened. And I'm like, I really like how the name was just fitting. So thank you, team, for coming up with that.
That's perfect.
Right on. Well, we'll see you next time, guys, and match day is going to be fun.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, voice. Who do we have next on the docket?
It is, in fact, the one and only legendary tournament expert, Mankodax, together with Megalovin, Sebamardo, Alfaro the monkey, apparently, because every profile picture of him is a monkey. I have no idea who Wiki Kiwi is, or if they're...
All I have is Mankodax so far.
It just happened. And I'm like, I really like how the name was fit. Thank you, team, for coming up with that. Right on.
We're hearing the stream a little bit from Manko.
We're running behind
delayed.
a little bit, but is that the only no Alfaro, no Sebamardo?
No. It's just me.
All right, no problem with that. Mankodax, welcome aboard, man. Definitely a familiar face in the community. How you feeling? What brings you to the Retro Olympics again? And what are your thoughts on these draws so far, man? Any nerves about some of these matchups, or are you really just waiting for the games?
Last year was amazing. Was really a great time. We are from Chile, so my English is not so good, but I want to play again. Play. I hopefully improve the quarterfinals last year. Hopefully some semifinals, but in real, I want just to have some fun. It was
Yes, no.
amazing last year.
Definitely, and I remember you guys getting quite far. Maybe you can take it a little bit further this year, perhaps even take home a win. That being said, Nydaxn, your time to draw has come. What is your selection?
Yum, 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 yum. The front ball, because we are just a group of friends.
I love the mentality. Friend ball, cue us up, voice.
This is like the best anime trope I've heard in a long time. All right, let's see what's in there, guys.
There he is, Ben-Hur. Review specialist. View of Vellum. Alex. Nerve. Team Nerve. Now these, I assume, are the true Knuckles Commandos.
These seem to be the true Knuckle Commandos.
Excellent. Yeah, Ben-Hur's going nuts in chat. It's us! It's us, boys! Theodore, woo! Yeah, all right. Glad to see it. Shedding those nerves minute by minute. It's going to be a good time. Nydaxn, well, what do you thought about all these fresh faces? I find it encouraging. What do you think?
It's I don't know. It's really nice to see so many people joining us. I don't know if it's right to say that because it's my second Olympics, but it's going to be so fun. I think these are guys are my group. We are in Group C. So good luck to you all, and hopefully you can play all these Saturdays because it's going to be very, very fun. Training for this game, I want to know the game list. I really, that's all I want to know right now.
I'm itching. I am right there with you. I am itching. I am barely keeping calm about it. But Nydaxn, I'm glad to have you here. I can't support the message of trying to have fun with this above and all. Really good attitude to have. But we will see you come match day.
Okay.
All right, voice. Who do we have up next?
Man, we're gonna go over to Nepeki together with Kia and Raichi. Just want to say, I love Nydaxn. Came in last year, like I said earlier, performed really well. Such a positive attitude. Really a great addition to have in this tournament, but to have in our community as well. So just wanted to say that.
Right on. Glad to see it. All right,
in-
so we have Nepeki. I just call you Nep. I'm going to be honest. And
Just
Raichi.
call me Nep, that's right. It is right.
Yeah, and I believe I'm supposed to do a little bit of arm twisting just a friendly amount of arm twisting to try and get Raichi to answer at least a question or two. Do you think I'm going to get that early Christmas gift? It doesn't look like it. All right, gentlemen. That being said, glad to have you aboard here. Any thoughts? I mean, you're a familiar face in the community now. It's one of those things we've seen you around for quite a long time. What are you doing? Stop it, voice. All right. So, I mean, any thoughts about the competition? I believe this is your third, if I am correct on that, or is that only your second?
No, this is my first time actually.
I
So
could have
I've
swore
not
you
done
were
before.
here. Oh,
I've been asked every year, like, hey, please, Nep, please join the Olympics. I'm like, okay, sure. I'll
I mean, last year there was a Hamtaro Olympic game. Come on now, no.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the finals and go to play the Hamtaro game. We'll be alright.
All right, excellent.
I think
nice.
You're confusing him with the other hamster in the competition, which is Ximjack.
There's so many hamsters.
Man.
All right,
Yeah.
but any thoughts about getting your arm twisted to join the team in the event?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to talk for the team because they don't like me saying this, but I'm very happy to be fighting a lot of strong competitors. I'm looking forward to testing my own skills, and hopefully we'll have some amazing matches. So that's going to be good.
Great attitude to have going into it. That being said, your time to draw has come. What is your selection?
What is that ball with the S on the top? Lightning ball? I don't know.
I believe that lightning bolt was picked earlier, was it not, Voice?
I'll be honest. I have to look at the list that.
It's the red ball on the right side.
Yeah, that's well. I gotta check the name as well before I start in the wrong clip. While I do that, can I ask one more question to Nep? That's actually the fastball according to Spory. Nep,
Yes,
how
go
do
ahead.
you feel about not being in the same group as Craze? That's what the people want to know.
Nah, that's fine. He would never really offer competition, so.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right. So I believe the friendship ball is technically gone. The heart on the left, and I want to double check on this. Is that S ball the fastball over there? Is that one also
The one with the
selected
lightning
already?
bolt is in fact the fast ball because it's fast as lightning. I forgot the lyrics to the rest of the Grease song. The chicks will be crying. It's Grease lightning.
Oh jeez. No, I don't think that's quite it.
Alright, John Travolta,
Anyway.
shut it. We're gonna see what team is in there, man. Come on.
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. Somebody who's going to try and focus on having fun, but I know they take it serious. It's a good time. Daniel, excellent. Old time face around here, getting involved. Been around every year. Just Yellow. Familiar, or not familiar, a very fresh face. Had them in here earlier for their draw. Interested to see what they bring to the table. Sonic Speeders. I'm seeing a theme in the last couple of these teams. All right, Nep, Raichi, anything you want to say about this draw? Anything you want to say to the competitors or what you might have to bring to the table? I know a couple of you have a pretty well-known strengths around here, but what about your weaknesses?
Or weaknesses? That's a very good question. Well, I would like to say we're a very diverse team. We probably aren't on anyone's radar at the moment. But I specialize in speedrunning. Raichi does something, and Kurt focuses on retro games. So I think we are very varied, but we aren't good in everything. So yeah, classic answer, but you know.
I got to shout out Raichi in chat with "I'm weak at everything." So
Exactly.
maybe we're just here for the thrill of the fun, but nothing wrong with that, guys. Glad to have you aboard, and again, just like everyone else, can't wait to see you come match day. We'll talk to you next
Thanks
time.
for having us. Keep it up.
All right, boys, who's next?
Let's take a little look. Ooh.
Double check that friendship ball on the left. I don't believe that's supposed to be there.
I think, in fact, that is supposed to be there because that's a love ball.
Well, okay, that wasn't the friendship.
Actually, what did Spory call it in the picture? Because we already have the friendship ball. That was the one on. Yeah, that's a love ball. The friend ball.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think we're up to date. Next team is another one that you will love because from what I gathered, it's another person that brought 3 people onto the site.
Yes.
To compete with them. I don't even think they performed that much themselves on the site yet. I'm talking about, I have no idea if I'm going to pronounce this right, so sorry if I butcher the name, but Nefania, along with Shahar, Go Yardy Go, and Oh Fuck.
And
yes,
Oh
that
Fuck.
is actually
All right.
their name.
I just saw Nefania pop in here. Let's see. Not seeing anybody else right off the top of my head. Oh, there's Oh Fuck.
I saw
All right.
Shahar earlier, but not in
Heyo.
chat. And no Go. Oh yeah, Go Yardy Go is also.
Anybody else right off? There we go. Oh, there's Oh Fuck. All right.
Heyo.
All right, gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Glad to hear you. As Voice said.
Wait, you missed Jaha.
Oh, where is he? There we go.
They're not in the.
Yeah,
no,
they are.
Now they are. Now they are. All right, let me.
All
move
right,
them.
gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Glad. There we are. Oh.
Oh, and we lost them. We lost both of them.
Oh. Oh, they're back. I have no idea what's happening.
Just a sec.
Are they getting?
Okay, you can just continue with us.
Sure. Maybe they're just being a little bit mic shy. No problem with that, though. Gentlemen, like Voice said earlier, alluded to, we got a lot of people that brought their friends aboard, and it sounds like that's a similar situation for you. Am I correct?
Yep, I signed up to the site about 2 months ago because I love retro gaming, but I had never had any experience with RetroArch. And I wanted them to join, and they said, okay.
Excellent. Just off the cuff, what was the first game that you guys decided I want to play on Retro Achievements?
I finished mostly on the Wii U Virtual Console, so I love RPGs. So I started Chrono Trigger, and Shahao started.
Right on. Some good picks right there. Well, your time to draw has come. Do you have a selection for this?
Yeah, we chose the Dream one.
The what?
The Dream Ball.
Dream Ball. All right, Voice, cue us up. Dream Ball. The team anthem, guys. Come on. All right. Psyduck, we have their team finally being drawn here, being placed. We're starting to see a lot of these matches flesh themselves out with who's going to be against who. We're getting a little bit of a more completed roster drawing into the latter half of that draw phase. I honestly think we're going to have no clean sweeps. Like you said, we avoided that team death. So would you agree?
This is not our intro.
No, it's not your guys'. You would draw another team's intro.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
No worries. At some point, you will be drawn as well. You are in one of those balls.
Oh, okay.
So no worries on that. This is just to kind of getting the team selections out of the way in a randomized fair style. But that being said, I believe this is a team that has some other fresh faces as well. It might be one of the friend groups in this. So that'll be some fantastic lineups when the match time comes up. Like I said with the last group, it allows for some real world strategizing. You know, if you want to get together and discuss things, you can. I'm sure you're people that know each other pretty close by. And talking about this kind of thing over lunch makes, in my opinion, dinner makes your brain work just a little bit better. So I recommend getting together, grab some food, see what you can come up with. Any final thoughts before we get you out of here before match time?
Just good luck to everybody participating.
Yep.
Excellent. A good attitude to have. Well, we'll see you next time, boys. Voice, who do we have next?
Up next, we are going to move on to... Oh boy. I don't know if you're ready for this time. It's Auburn RDM, together with Amir 96LX and Jello Knife.
Don't see Jello Knife, but I got the other two. Fellas, how are we doing? Obviously, some well-known faces around the community. Getting yourself involved into the Olympics here. I know Amir's strengths. Been talking to him for quite some time. If anything's going to be on the DS, good luck. Get out of the way. You should forfeit now. But a little bit curious to see what Auburn brings to the table. I'm not familiar too much with what games you play, sir. So what I want to lean into you. What are your strengths? What do you think that is going to blow competition out of the water on your end?
Wait, I'm supposed to play games for this event?
There are a couple games, yes. Yeah, just a couple.
I mean, we'll see. See how it goes.
All right. Keeping it a little bit cards close to the chest. We don't want to reveal our strengths beforehand, and I can respect that. Amir, anything you want to throw in here? Any thoughts that you have going into the competition? I know you're a competitor last year. What do you think you're going to? What do you think you're going to try and bring to the table this time?
I don't know. I'm just gonna have fun since Auburn invites me to the Olympic last year. So we'll see how it goes.
Excellent. Well, as with everything, the more you practice, the more you improve. And if you came to the Olympics last year, you're here this year, you should do a bit better. But that being said, gentlemen, it's time to select your ball.
All right. And I refuse to call it by its name. So the blue one on the bottom.
Blue one on the bottom.
What's call it by its name, or I'm not gonna open it.
I don't know its name either.
You bully me into this event, and then you bully me in team selection. What's going on, man?
Wait till they see your theme anthem, man. Then they'll bully you for life. All right, fine. I'm opening I'm opening the damn wave ball. It's a wave ball, all right.
Dive ball.
Corey had to call the dive ball, so I would have been wrong anyway.
Yeah, same. Oh, all right. We got Pampa's team finally drawn here. The champion of last year. Which group is he going in, boys? It escapes me. I couldn't remember which one we were on.
I think we're drawing for Group E now, and I also have to fix my previous statement. That the E and G is called the dive ball, and MC4 is called the wave ball.
Ah.
But thank you, Nydaxn, for making me look like an idiot. I love you.
Excellent. Well, we have our draw out of the way there. Some strong hitters in there. Gentlemen, you haven't been drawn yet. So the possibility for you to end up in Group E along with them could present a little bit of a struggle with somebody who has already taken home a win at the Olympics. Any thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a strong lineup. One of the ones to be looking out for here. But yeah, we'll see where we get placed. We'll have fun with it either way. That's what we're here for, as you had said.
Right.
The main reason we should be doing this also.
Absolutely. The competition is just a little bit of spice for that fun. Last question. Is there any group you would like to see yourself placed in?
Oh, probably not in particular. Unless Amir has anything he would like to see.
I just want C or D. That's all I want.
C or D. Excellent. All right. So Amir's looking to do some pub stomping.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, glad to have you here. Can't wait to see you come match day. We'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good. See ya.
Voice. Who do we have next?
Well, I wanted to quickly, if you're okay with that, just take a quick glance at the groups right now, because I think there have been some very interesting reveals so far. Could we say that there's a group of death right now? I'm not sure about
We've got
that.
strong groups, but there's not one that I believe could take out the others.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own specialization. I've got my eyes on A, B, and E. It's definitely something I want to pay attention to. Group A, if they get one more heavy hitter, could start being that group of death.
Yeah, personally, I feel like Group A has like some potential with one more draw. We have Bendy and Game Champ on the same team, who are like very deadly players. Blaze Kicken hasn't been in the competition so far for Giovanni's Grunts, but, you know, very high-ranked player, along with Pi and their mysterious figure, who we have no idea how will perform.
I'm interested in that myself.
Yeah, very mysterious. And then we also have Uchida's Ushers in there with Shoko Milk, who I personally see as a very great contributor to the side as well. So Group A still looking like the biggest monster group to me personally right now, but we still have 6 balls left. So I think it would be good to pull in the next team, which is Eldorian with Zexarus. I hope I didn't butcher that. Balrog RPG and Igore, or IG Gore, or Instagram Gore.
I got that one. Look for the others. Hit me with that name list one more time.
I'll move Eldorian in here. There we go. And then we have Zexarus on the bottom.
There we go.
I saw Balrog there earlier as well. I'll move them in. Perfect. And I feel like, but you are the interviewer, this sounds like another friendship group?
Gentlemen, is that correct?
Yeah. Most of us. Oh, go ahead, Eldorian.
Oh, go, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most of us joined the site about a year back. We're pretty new to this kind of group activity thing, but we're looking forward to having a lot of fun here.
It's awesome. I can't believe that having this event is what's bringing so many new faces out into the open, and then to find out again, you guys know each other in real life. As I said with the first group, what can be positively worked on can be negatively as well. If you guys start, are you the type to squabble? Are you the type to get into a little bit of a little bit of a riff-raff if something starts not going right amongst the group, or do you think you have pretty good cohesion?
I'd say we have pretty good cohesion. I mean, we've done a lot of projects together in the past. We kind of push each other forward with accomplishments, and all of us have been gamers pretty much our entire life. So,
excellent. Well, glad to hear it, guys. The time to draw is now. Do you have a selection?
We're gonna go with the Love Ball or Universe Ball. I think somebody called it. I don't know.
Whatever the heart is, I'm guessing.
What is love, baby?
Don't hurt me.
Exact time. I was afraid you were gonna leave me hanging, man.
No, I just had to delay a second.
All right.
I believe that's Zelda 2 music. Resistant to nuclear power as his tagline. Master's game with no... What? He plays games without achievements? What?
Actually, Genesis Lover's main goal, from what I know, is to master games on the site that have no masteries.
Oh, gotcha. So he's bounty hunting things that haven't been done yet. That's a very neat idea, and I'm sure it rounds out his skill profile quite nice. That being said, gentlemen, as new faces here, I'm not sure if any of these names so far have rung a bell, but what do you think that your guys' strengths lie in? It sounds like you have a pretty good rounded group yourselves. Being able to push one another in your accomplishments is always an admirable quality. But I'm going to be honest, you're in a heavy hitting group right now. Any concerns or thoughts going in?
I can't really think of many. I consider most of us to be pretty well rounded gamers. I mean, Eldorian on our team has Badge, Top Gun, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and a few other great games. Zexrus used to speed run. Fantasy Star 4 has pretty high had a pretty high time at the time, so I feel like anything that gets thrown at us, we'll work at it.
Excellent. Glad to hear the positivity in there. You know you're up against a challenge, but you're not afraid of it. Well, guys, glad to see you here, and when match day comes, I can't wait to see you again. Talk to you next time.
Thanks for having us.
All right, boys, let's keep it moving. Only a few more draws to go.
Man, Group A just turned into with Genesis Lover in that Group A as well. My prediction for that being a monster group just keeps on giving. And with the fill-in matches as well, we're gonna be packed for a lot of action during the streams. Absolutely insane.
It's gonna be a fun time. I am steadily growing more excited as the draws complete, man.
Yes. I'm looking on my sheet. I almost feel like they are not gonna like me for this because I'll tell you a fun little story. I'm in a server with some of the competitors, and for the past half hour they've been picking balls and deciding which ball
everyone has been selected.
Everyone been selecting. They were supposed to pick half an hour ago. I accidentally skipped them on the list. I'm quickly gonna check it. What the fuck, voice? Yes.
That one's on you. You got the list. That ain't me.
Hey, no one can accuse me of corruption right now, all right? Because I am.
I couldn't game this shit if I tried.
Even more than I wanted to. It's time to pull in. I like pie. Blaze kicking. Oh my god.
I can't hear you through your chuckling, man. Who am I getting?
We're getting I like pie. Blaze kicking.
All right.
And fruit pie.
Oh, we're gonna get an earful. We're gonna yeah. All right, and I got I like pie and Blaze.
This is so rigged. It's so rigged. It's not fair. It's so not fair.
We knew this was coming, man. Yeah.
Because I was counting the balls, and I was like, no, that's not enough teams.
No, it was a handicap. Let's look at that as a handicap. All right, guys, come on. No.
Man,
all right, so
sure.
They're placing group A.
It's gonna be rough times going forward, honestly. That being said, you had already been drawn fairly early on. I believe you were the second one drawn, or no, you weren't. It was actually 6th. Anyhow, you got thanks. It's one of those things. Moving on, I want to hear what you finally come up as your backup.
Well, we went like down the entire list, and every single ball was chosen. So I guess as a last resort, we're gonna go with the heal ball.
All right, yeah, to soothe some of
Gotta
those
pick the
burns
worst
of not getting your choices. Gotta get it. Heal ball. Let's pick it, boys. Here we go. Shaping up to be a strong team. Group B, I believe. Kirby's Knights. Gentlemen, all right, so that's going to be rounding out Group B. I think we're staving off the team of death just a little bit. We got our final entry there. Blaze, I kind of wanted to lean into you here for a second there. We've seen you around the community quite a bit, been around for God knows how long at this point, but it's one of those things, first time at the Olympics, first time coming on board. Who bribed you, bud?
I mean, it was Olympic season. You know, I saw everyone playing last year. It looked kind of fun. So figured I'd join in this year. I was very close to not joining, but
I persuaded him.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I'm glad they did. If it looked fun last year and you were hesitant about joining this year, but you just got across the barrier, I think you're going to find, just like a lot of these other competitors here, it's going to be fun. That's what they're putting first and foremost. I know you've got a specialization in racing games, but what other strengths do you think you can bring to the table?
Not much really.
No problem with that, honestly. If you know your lane and you stick to it, hey.
I mean, I'm okay at Smash.
Oh, I get that joke.
I mean,
Yeah, thank you.
I did a little bit of testing for the Olympics. You know, I have a feeling,
Feeling you'll be all right on this front?
at least the one game.
All right, nothing wrong with that. I think you're going to have some strong competition. I've recognized yourself to before to downplay your skills a little bit, so I'm interested to see what you bring to the table once game day actually comes.
No,
Pie.
I'm fucking terrible.
Okay,
I'll let Pie speak.
Yes, thank you. That being said, Pie, also a familiar face around the community. What are you bringing to the table? What are you worried about?
Well, seeing that I'm placed in the same group as Game Champ and Bendy's team, I'm expecting a lot. I really think that like what matters most is like the choice of games that we play, not so much the people.
No, and I would agree on that. You're not going to really know how strong that team you're going against is until the game. You're going to know a general idea of their skill level, but until you see those titles, it's all just hypotheticals. That being said, guys, any final thoughts before you get out of here?
I hope that the last group in Group A is kind of tame and not, something ridiculous.
Right. It would be an insane lineup. Blaze, anything on your end?
I've been having an anxiety attack over hoping that we don't roll Amir's team because I don't think I could take Game Champ, Bendy, Amir, Auburn.
It's gonna be an absolute slugfest, should it be? But when that ball gets drawn, if it is, that is nothing but fate. But guys, glad to have you here. It's something I'm, happy to see. Even old faces coming aboard for the first time. So, looking forward to those match days, and we'll see you then.
Yeah.
All right, voice.
Yeah, Tom,
Group A getting very hairy. Group B rounded out finally.
Yeah, I think it's,
man, these are starting to look thick.
I think it's good to, when a group completes like now, to quickly go over the teams again and repeat once more who their members are, because I've seen some questions in the chat. So Group B is rounded out now. In the B1 slot, we're having Alucard's Angels, which consists of X-Claws, Ximjack, and Cyrotra. We've kind of when we were talking earlier, that's a big team. X-Claws, Xinjek,
Yes.
Cyrotra, that's a strong team, man. So definitely a team to look out for. In the B2 slot, we have Retro Kaiser, Blood Parade, and Freestar. Freestar, a returning player who also performs really well and is highly ranked on the site.
Retro Kaiser, I know, dabbles in so many different games, also adding to that team's clout.
Yes, definitely. Number B3, we have a bit of the easier going folks in Venher who hopefully writes a nice review about this stream at the end.
The thing is, that group has a very positive attitude. I don't think they're the type to brag, even if they had extreme gaming skills. They could be a sleeper hit on Group B.
Yes, and don't forget Theo Vellum. I don't know much, honestly, about Alex, but Theo Vellum is an Olympic veteran, played in all 3 editions, came in clutch in the first one and grabbed 2nd place. So don't forget, this is a silver medalist on that team. And then rounding out...
No, it's definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, and with Kirby's Knights, Galactic Spear, also known as Mateos, Liv Retro, and David, they are all... So Group B is not as, like, weak compared to Group A as it looks. And what we're going to see in the knockout stage is, of course, do these teams match up against each other in the 16th finals? And what's going to go down if they do? So very excited for that. Let's quickly...
We've got a lot of potential for craziness here.
Yeah. Let's quickly switch back to the balls. 4 balls remaining now. Time. I know which balls contains what team. So I also know where Auburn is. And I know that Giovanni's grunts are sweating their balls out at every ball opening that's going to come now, praying that it's not going to be Auburn. So I'm going to enjoy the coming 4 ball openings. And that's kind of...
I get to have the mysterious fun. You already know which one's the landmine.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know the landmine. I kind of forgot the other balls, but Auburn's team... Anthem is my favorite anthem. All right, so that's why I remember.
Looking forward to it.
This makes me feel like an asshole considering I skipped them for the first 16 picks. But moving on, we are gonna go to probably the biggest Dutch devil that I know. Because Nepaki is a hamster. But the Dutch Devil X-Claws, together with Ximjack and Cyrotra, talking about the devil.
I didn't catch that last one.
Cyrotra. Gotcha. I don't think they are in...
I don't see them.
No.
All right, not a problem. X-Claws, Ximjack, welcome aboard, fellas. I definitely well-recognized faces in the community. Bringing some fierce competition. I see you active in the chat already quite a bit today. It seems like you're itching at the bit, getting ready to go. I'm going to lean in with the same question I've been asking quite a few of these folks here. What do you think your strengths is? If a game comes to the table of this genre, what do you think's in the bag?
For me, definitely racing games. Racing games have always been my jam. So, like,
that's
whatever
3
it's racing,
people.
then yeah. And apart from that, I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like I'm all right when it comes to like platformer speedrunning, but apart from that, I don't know.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's one of those things where, like I said to Blaze, if you know your lane, you stick in that lane and you do it well, that can be enough if you have a well-rounded team. Zemjack, are you looking to talk today? Because I would ask what your strengths and how you round out that team would look. All right, not a problem if we're not looking to get on mic yet. I do see him typing though, so I'll give him just a second here. Yep. That being said, guys, I believe you're getting placed in Group C, one that has some fresh faces in there. But like we said prior, just because you're new doesn't mean that you're not talented in your own way. We might just not have seen you yet. Do you think sometimes having the mysterious, unknown nature of some of those groups adds to the risk factor, or does that make you feel a little bit more relieved?
Well, I'm also just glad that we're not up against Auburn and Amir's team.
Everyone's just looking to dodge that bullet.
Yeah,
all right, guys. Well, Zemjack, I see you're not able to get anything over to me, but that's no problem. I'm still glad to see you here, and can't wait to see you come match day. Thanks for coming aboard. All right, Voice, only a couple draws left here. We're closing in on the final 4.
Yeah, I love that you removed them, but they still have to pick a ball.
Oh, Jesus. Hey guys, do you want to maybe pick a ball?
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah. Let's go for the Ultra Ball.
Ultra Ball. All right, voice, cue us up.
Are you sure about that, X Claus? Because I think time just said you were not able to pick a ball. All right. No. Oh boy. Well, cue the music.
Oh no. Voice with the bait and switch. All right, so I believe this is one of our groups of friends that have joined up this year. People who know each other, rounding out Group C, who is now mostly comprised of those real-life friend groups. That's fantastic, and you love to see it. Terra's Titans finalizing the last slot in Group C. Did we want to go over a little bit of these team lineups after we get them rounded out, like you were saying?
Yeah, and I would love to hear from Xcloud and Ximjack. Actually, well, Ximjack can talk obviously what they think about Group C now that it's finalized.
What were the rest of the teams
Let
again?
me put the icon in over real quick, and I'll recap for you. So in the C1 slot, we have Ryu's Ronin, which is the Chile team, which is Mankadex, Seba Mardo, also known as McLovin, Faro the Monkey, and Wiki Kiwi. In the C2 slot, we have the Belmont's Brawlers, which is your fellow countryman Nepeki the Hamster, Kiat, and Raichi. Slot 3, we have the Sonic Speedsters, who consist of Misery, also a very strong player, Daniel ARP, and Just Yellow. And we just saw the final team in Terra's Titans.
Yeah, I think Group C is definitely an interesting one. There's a couple of very tough players in there for sure. And there's a few new players as well, so I'm not sure about those. But I think Group C is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely want to see how Mankodax's team reacts to those new players, and frankly, you guys as well. All those new faces. It's so many variables in here. Some of these could be absolutely sleeper players on some of these games.
Definitely.
But yeah, glad to hear you guys, have you guys, and sorry for kicking you out early. But that being said, we are going to get you out of here and moving on. See what we have next.
Bye-bye.
All right, voice. Now, properly, who do we have next on the draw?
We are going to the semi-last team in terms of signups. No, I'll come back to that in a second. It's Retro Kaiser, Blood Parade, and Freestar.
Oh, excellent. Let's get some familiar faces in here.
Okay, I'll grab Freeze.
I got Retro.
And then we need BP in here. I'll grab him. All right, there we go.
Excellent. Gentlemen, welcome
G'day,
aboard.
g'day.
Absolutely. Some faces that we're more than familiar with. Honestly, how did you guys come together as a team? What got you guys organized?
No one else wanted us.
Oh, we're the island of misfit RA players. No, that's...
Yeah.
All right, nothing wrong with that, though. Do you guys think, even that being said, you found a decent amount of skill sets? Do you think you have a well-rounded team, or are you doing the glass cannon method, where we know one thing and we know it like the back of our hand?
I think we'll do a good job at a variety of stuff. I mean, I know I've done a bunch of stuff in terms of masteries, and I think the rest of our team, I think we'll do a good job.
All right, I'm honestly always good to hold your head high. Retro, anything you wanted to add to that before your draw?
No, not really. I've been up since 4 a.m. and I'm starting to get a bit tired.
Let's get that ball selected for you so you can take a nap, Ski.
Yep.
All right, what are you picking, my friend?
Let's go with the Master Ball.
Going right to the top.
Ooh, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
He's gonna do it for everyone. He's gonna do it for everyone.
All right, let's roll it.
Unleash the ball, my good friend.
We are rolling the ball.
You also have avoided your Another Zelda intro. Classic. Fisherman's Bait Fanatic. Not familiar with it. First Olympic, rare to, is it off the record to call him an unknown? Tish. And Doggy, absolutely well known in the community, seen in many events, as that said there, and participating in chat almost every day.
They might have a chance at winning this event too.
Oh, really? You're thinking so?
I'm such a dork.
Oh, jeez. Well, fellas, it's one of those things we're starting to see groups rounded out. Did you want to hang out with us while we recap what Group D's lineup's looking like?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, let's take you guys through it. In the D1 slot, we have the Delfino Devils, who, remember, that landmine is still in there with the best anthem, but I mean, Delfino Devils, that Coconut Mall song, that takes the number 2 spot in anthem for me. The French squad, Mantooth, Flaky, Nico Play Sings, and Jim 6. In the second slot, we have the Crest Crusaders, consisting of Proda, Amazing Baja, and Monkey Bug, who, once again, shout out to him for practically resizing and rebuilding the entire Olympics website.
Love to see it.
Rolls Raiders in the third slot with Psyduck, Kiwiz, and Sigjita. And as we just saw, the Hyrule Heroes filling that fourth slot. But which, by the way, I heard you time reacting to the Fisherman's Bait series. It's a fishing game. I'm not familiar with it myself, but Arius is a French streamer, always the damn French. And whenever I'm in his chat, I see people talking about Fisherman's Bait, and I'm like, what are these guys on about? But this man, he loves to fish.
That's his thing. All right, nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's going to have some competition with our resident Fridge, I believe, at some point, but that'll come in due time. Who do we have next on the draw there, guys? Last thoughts to get you out of here, or any final things you wanted to wrap up?
Well, I hope everyone does well and feel the wrath of our team.
Excellent. We'll see you come match day. Freeze, any last statement?
I just want to say, like, looking at the teams, it's nice to see that one of my previous teammates, Cyrotra, is in our group, but I will not hold back.
Excellent. No restraint on the battlefield. Well, boys, we'll see you come match day. Have a good one.
All right, later.
All right, boys, only a couple draws left.
I like how these guys' personalities just match. Like,
absolutely, it seems like a good group of folks.
Yeah, man, time. This is.
We're walking on 50-50 chance here.
I mean, either group.
If it falls into Group A, if it falls into Group A, look out.
But don't forget the I was gonna say the world champions, the gold medalists of last year are in that Group E.
Is Group E? Yeah, it's honestly, there's no way this doesn't go where it's not going to be a slugfest.
Oi. Well, that being said, we are gonna move on to the last team. I said earlier that I wouldn't reveal who the last team was, causing me to have a group distortion and having a group of 5. But it is the fault of Choco Milk Mason Pro Board, so. Thank you, guys. No, I'm joking. They were
Get
the
them in
last
here.
team. They were the last team to sign up. I don't know which of them are. I see Chocomilk. I'll pull them.
I see Chocomilk. Yeah.
That's one. Then
there's Pro Board.
We have Pro Board, and is Maze there as well? Yes.
All right, guys. You're walking into dangerous territory. The competition is thick no matter where this group gets placed. It's going to be just violence in the emulators. What are your thoughts going into this? What about your team? What are you thinking? Any thoughts about your status so far?
I'm just happy to be here.
Hey, good attitude. Good attitude. And nothing wrong with that. If you lead into it with positivity, I mean, how are you going to have a bad time? How are you going to have a bad time? All right, Maze, did you have anything you wanted to throw in there?
Well, I am expecting a lot of
I mean, we are in Group A after all.
It's going to be a little bit of a bloodfest out there. That being said, you guys could end up getting, like I said, that landmine up there. So it all comes down to this selection. What are you going with? No worries, just need a selection of ball. Everyone's mic is conveniently broken. Oh, but Choco has called it. He goes, let's do great ball. Just pick it.
All right, here we go. Are you sure about that, though?
And the landmine has been discovered. Group A dodges a bullet. Group E, good luck to you. You have the previous returning champion facing these folks as well. I think it'll make for some extremely stiff competition, but my God, we have a few powerhouse groups on here that are just going to destroy one another.
And what a way to avoid your own group becoming the group of death. Because
just dodged the bullet at the last second.
The 50-50 chance to make your own group a living hell.
Well, right, it's not much of a selection for this one, but gentlemen, any wishes for Group E or... Oh, well, we're getting out of here. All right, moving on to the final draw. We can bring them in just to chat with them for a second, but not too much of a selection choice.
Let's just take a quick look at Group E while we repeat the teams quick, and then we can move to the final ball.
Sounds good.
So in E1, we have Eggman's Emeralds, consisting of Krezu, Bluebee, and Heartsonic Storm, the French squad. Krezu was looking really forward to battling to Raichi. He was very happy that it didn't happen, and now instead he can face the previous year gold medalist and the bomb squad in the Pepsi Man Phantoms. Second slot, Ganondorf Guardians with Yoshi Killer, Evil Link, Ready Card, and Mr. Rock Table. Third slot, previous gold medal winners, as I said before, in Pampa 50, Hiroma Space, and Adenot. And then just the bomb, Pepsi Man Phantoms with Auburn, Amir, and Yellowknife. And Time, I just want to know, was that not the best anthem we've heard so far?
I am so Castlevania biased. My practical religion says I cannot agree, but it was a banger. It was a banger, and to have such a strong lineup behind that team, these groups are just. I'm looking. I've said it a million times. I'm looking forward to the game list because now we got the teams, and my God.
Time, if you cannot agree that this was the best anthem, I think I'll have to replace you as the stream lead. But we'll talk about that after the stream.
Camera.
Moving on to the final ball, there's not really much to excuse me to talk about. I do, however, see that Wimpy Fox has finally entered the building. No Roach though, and no Genesis Lover, but Wimpy, I see Wimpy Fox has left the building, right? As I see.
No, I just brought him up here.
Oh, you brought him up.
I'm here. Hello,
yeah,
my
he's up
mic
here
is
with
going
us.
to be echoey. Let me fix it. 1 second. There you go. I fixed it. Sorry about that.
No problem with that. So, like we said, not too much of a selection here for you folks, but I did want to see how you thought about Group A rounding out and what you thought about your team's placement as well. Voice, let's cue up the ball and get to the questions later.
Yes, if I can find the right button to click. Wait, which ball is this even? Is this the level ball? I think so.
these folks that just didn't have profile pictures?
Yeah, because they all joined RA because of Nafania.
Gotcha. For a while, I thought some kind of weird coordinated thing happened where everybody just decided to use the same unknown.
No,
and I was getting a little bit like paranoid.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. That being said, we do have our final round out for Group A. Those guys literally joined to get thrashed about in their first event, and my heart extends to them. That being said, I wanted to ask Wimpy about where you felt your team placed and your group. What are your thoughts going into this?
Well, obviously I'm the best player in the world, so I'm going to carry the team and win anyway. But
there we go.
It does look like it's going to be pretty hard. It does look like it's going to be pretty difficult. I believe I'm in Group A. I missed the beginning, unfortunately, but yeah, I don't know. We're in a bit of trouble, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
great.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Now, that being said, I've asked a couple of people this. Everybody knows their strengths. What do you think your weakness in this is going to be? Any genre that's going to stick out to you that might be a little bit of a struggle?
Well, a lot of people have been saying they're really good at racing games, which is funny because I'm really bad at racing games. So
you've got a racing beast in your group too.
I'm gonna be training up. I don't know in the racing, but yeah, I'm not very good at racing games. So well, fighting games, I can't do that either. But traditional fighting ones, anyway.
Sure, no, I'm right there with you. Well, I mean, glad to have you aboard, Wimpy. And we finally got our draws wrapped up here. We're going to be moving on to the game list, but can't wait to see you come match day.
Well, looking forward to it.
All right, voice. Come on, man. I'm ready. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, time. We've heard people over and over today. I like racing games. I like racing games. Well, are you ready to get some racing games revealed? Because there are absolutely
racing games.
They're absolutely zero right now. There are some racing games. There are some racing games. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. If you're good at racing games, you can get at least one win. But if you're all good at racing games, obviously you can't get one. Well, all right. Enough about the groups. Let's swipe this away. Time. It is time.
Yes. It is time.
No. Why does this say group draw?
No.
It says group draw. It is not supposed to say group draw. This is... Hey. No. Game. Reveal. Well, I can only do so many things.
You spelled it great.
Yeah. Guys, production issues, but we... not my fault. Not my fault. All right.
AAA Studio.
Game reveal. Time. I've thought very long about what would be the best way to present this. I'm just gonna go through it really quickly. We've had support from the boss for the production of the game reveal, just like we've had support from Nydaxn for the amazing Pokeball intros, or at least Pokeball animations. I tried to make the intros. Nabaz made the upcoming game reveals. I was thinking, are we gonna pull people in? Are we gonna... No, here's what we're gonna do, alright? We're gonna go week by week. I think it would be cool after 1 week to get a reaction from 1 or 2 people. So my suggestion would be, we're gonna reveal the games per week, and at the end of each week, you pull 1 or 2 people in to ask for a reaction. How does that sound?
I love it. Let's get to it.
Alright. Let's slowly zone out the music here then. And we are gonna go into week 1. Now guys, are you ready for some racing games? Because here is week 1, game 1.
Knowing you, not a racing game.
I mean, you can race in this.
Super Mario All-Stars kicking off the first week with a very extremely well-known classic. The challenge itself. Voice, do you want to go in on that?
Yeah, it's not gonna be that hard actually. Very simple. It is a speed run in a way, so you could call it a race. It's the fastest time to beat 1-1 in all 4 games.
All right, so you have to do a little bit of game hopping, a little bit of moving around, navigating those menus quick, because that can be a place where you'll lose some time. Only have to beat the first stage, but you got to jump to 4 games.
Yes. Just want to say real quick, which I forgot to mention earlier, that after the stream, I'm not sure if we're gonna have it right away, because I think we still have some changes in the data of the backend. But all the games will be posted on the website. I hope tomorrow we'll have all the correct versions, including the challenges. The challenges spoken out today are the correct ones. If there's something that differs on the site in the coming days, we will edit that. But don't worry if you miss something right now. Moving on to game number 2. Another racing game. Let's run it.
Yes. Third Strike Fight for the Future, a classic edition of Street Fighter, one many here absolutely know like the back of their hand. If you have any experience in fighting games, this is one you probably messed around and plunked a few quarters with. Plunked a few quarters in growing up. One I'm excited to see myself, and I can't wait for this. So far, we got 2 great games for week 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a nice example of how we are going to use Fightcade more often this year. Last year, we experimented a bit with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm sure you remember that, which was...
Oh, God, yes.
Apart from the ear-killing noises when the game froze, which I still have like permanent damage from, it's such an entertaining way to view how these matches go down. Seeing people compete in real time, actual movement and input being important for the outcome of another person. What we're going to do...
I believe last year sorry to jump in. I just believe last year we had not 1, not 2, but almost 3 fights come down to barely any visible HP, like that close. Round 3. You know, down to the wire fights.
Yeah, you've seen the clip in the intro, the famous I'm forgetting his name right now, something Wong. He did an amazing block on Ken against Chun-Li and then came back with a special attack. That's like, it's close to what we saw last year with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where one player was like on 1 HP, barely hanging by, and then just
brought him back from the dead.
Amazing comeback. Yes. Real quick, for the challenge, is what we're going to do is similar to JoJo's last year. Both players select 3 fighters in the game, and they submit these ahead of the match to the referee. You pick a character of those 3, and you keep fighting with it until you lose a match. And then the first person to run out of characters loses. That being said, let's move on to the final game. By the way, I would love... if Misery could keep a Nintendo counter in the chat for me to see how many Nintendo games we have. Game number 3.
Now, this was one of my favorites growing up. Encountered it at a buddy's house for the first time, and it immediately was something that I had to ask my mom to stop at Blockbuster and rent on the way home. Interested to see how this lines up. You got a lot of variety in this first week. A brawler, a fighter, a platformer. Kicks us off well. What's our challenge here, boys?
The challenge is the fastest time to complete stage 1 on the hardest difficulty with 1 life. If you fail to reach the finish, and the other player does as well, then the player that got the furthest into the game wins. It's also nice to say, because you make note of the nice spread of genres. When we pick these games, the most important thing is a wide variety of genres. Obviously, having a nice variety of platforms is nice as well, but we want to see a wide display of skill in all kinds of games. Of course, the games do need to have some kind of challenge or entertainment value, but we first try to balance that, and then we look at the balance of platforms. But still, please keep that Nintendo game counter running. I'm sure we can break last year's streak. I think let's run 1 more week and then get some people in to respond to the games.
Sounds good.
So far. All right. So week 2, game 1. Let's kick it.
Rhythm Heaven. Now, definitely one for the DDR community or otherwise rhythm games in general. Something that I don't believe we had too much of in last year's event.
No, I think we had... I keep forgetting what we had in year 1. We've had DDR before, for the rhythm category, but Rhythm Heaven, such a great game. Would be good to say here that we are going to be playing on the touchless version, so no messing around with the stylus. Patch is available in the forum post, I think. The challenge is the first person to score 5 superbs in remix 1 to 10. The referee will randomly generate a number, and that's the remix that you will be playing each time. Obviously, we don't rerun remixes. If 2 players reach 5 superbs at the same time, there is a tiebreaker, and you will be playing coin toss.
There we go, plain and simple. Bring your superbs or get out.
Yes. Time, you think we should reveal a racing game?
I think it's time for the racing game finally. Give them the racing game.
Chat, you want to see a racing game?
I think it's a racing game. It's time for a racing game.
Yeah, chat, you want to see a racing game? They don't want a racing game. All right, we'll do something that's not.
We'll skip it. We'll skip
okay,
it.
we skip the racing game. Next game, guys. Week 2, game 2. No racing game.
Hit him with it. Come on. And there she is. An absolute classic. PS2 entry. A little bit of quality of life improvements along with this one. I know there's going to be more than a handful of people on these teams that think this is going to be their game. This is where they take it to the bank. But remember, if you're not the only one who can think that, you're in for stiff competition yourself. Boys, what's the challenge here?
Well, it's very funny. We have a user called, I think it's FNF Greg. Is that a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's? Probably. Who said, oh, I'll predict a game. How about Gran Turismo 4? And we will be driving on Nürburgring. Well, Greg, that's exactly what we're doing. I don't know how you randomly managed to get it. We are all going to be playing on the NTSC version. We're going to do a time trial in arcade mode, and you will all be using an BMW M304 sport hard tires with the power and weight tune at 0%, and you're going to do a lap of Nürburgring.
Excellent. Perfectly executed.
Driving aids and cutting the track and crashing is all permitted. And I've been talking to Suxin for Gran Turismo, who obviously is an expert. And they made note, you are not allowed to use a steering wheel. So gamepads only.
All right. I think that's going to be an interesting one. A lot of these people out here been itching for a racing game. We finally satisfied that. But I think they'll be happy if they stick around for a few more of these reveals. What do we have next?
Up next, I mean, we can do another racing game. Let's, oh, no. All right, let's take a look at game 3 for week 2. Another racing game.
I have no idea what this one is.
What do you mean, man? It's Mickey's Wild Adventure.
Oh yeah, that classic sleeper hit. No, I have no idea about this. This reminds me of the Lion King game from the last year, and I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people going into this looking at it like, all right, that's a simple kids game, but it's gonna take you to the cleaners. Am I right on that?
Man, this is a childhood classic. I don't care what you say. It's a childhood classic. And the challenge is not that hard. Fastest time to clear Steamboat Willie and the Mad Doctor, both on hard difficulty. I see someone in the chat saying that's not game 3. That is game 3 of week 2. All right, pay attention. Don't come for me. Time. I think it's good to get a person or two in here to respond to the first 6 games that we've revealed. If you want to do,
I do believe so as well. I'm snagging some people. I'm going to grab you two. Nep, Retro, I got you back in here. We've seen the first 2 weeks of games revealed. Anything sticking out to you? Anything that you're hoping to get your hands on? Anything that you're pleased to see, or maybe a little bit not pleased to see? Talk to me.
Yes, Street Fighter 3. Oh, baby. Looking forward to that one.
All right, we got somebody pretty confident in their fighting game skills here. Neb, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I heard there was a speedrun challenge in the first week, so that's going to be pretty pog.
Yes, all right. So, yeah.
Aside from that, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting week, so I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. I mean, anything in here that you're thinking, we're starting to, are you seeing a theme or anything that you're starting to think might come later on the list, or are you still a little bit in the dark?
I suspect we might get more racing games in the future.
That seems to be a topic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think there will be at least 5 or 15 more racing games at the very least.
It's a good range, I think. A good range.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to keep it moving, get on to week 3, and see what we have in store for you.
Alrighty.
All right, boys. Let's go.
Yes. Mr. Ray, I hope you're ready. Let's hit the Nintendo counter.
Hey, there we go. A well-loved classic. That's one I did grow up. That's a childhood classic. And you're gonna show off the mine level. You know what? Let's just jump into it. What's the challenge here, boys?
Do you not like that mine level?
It just I recall a lot of death in my childhood.
Yeah. What do you think if we make a challenge out of it? Donkey
What do
Kong
we got?
Country for the SNES. Fastest time to beat Master Neki Sr. and King K. Rool. However, after clearing platform perils and collecting all the Kong letters in that stage.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Okay, I don't envy those folks who are going into it. I'm sure someone in here on one of your guys' teams as somebody who can do this in their sleep, but that is not me. This is one that sticks out to me as an actual challenge that probably would stop me cold.
I wouldn't call this a challenge, man. This is just pure harassment.
Exactly. This borders on harassment.
Yep.
That being said, let's move on to game 2 for week 3.
Well, I keep calling on Misery, but I hope you're thankful for this one, my man.
Metal Slug X. An absolute fantastic entry. One that got more than my fair share of quarters. Good lord. A thrilling run and gun. Plenty of opportunities to get power-ups, health, things that keep you moving along. Now, the challenge on this one I think is a little bit unique and a little bit demanding for Metal Slug, but if you've played it before, you know there's a way to get it done. Voice, hit us.
What do you mean, man? We're competing with the greatest gamers of all time. All right? I mean,
Hey, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do.
I mean, we got them and we got Nepaki, but it's all right. Challenge for Metal Slug X is fastest time to finish the first 3 missions on 1 credit. And once again, if both players fail to finish, the player that got the furthest wins.
Not quite a 1cc clear, but the first handful of missions.
Yes.
I definitely think it's going to present itself as one hectic race, and get your practice in. One slip up, it's over.
I mean, time. All you had to do was shout past the damn stream.
What? Now, this is going to be one that I think a lot of people are going to be excited for. You have a lot of things basically going on in this game that's left and right. I mean, it's sandbox, just in nature. So the challenge in itself is going to be where it comes from, the flavor. A lot of people can play GTA and play it well, but what is this challenge going to require out of them?
Well, thinking about it now, I could rebrand it to a racing challenge and do one of the racing tracks. But no, we are actually gonna follow the damn train. So
a classic mission, frustrating as hell.
Yes.
It's all you had to do is follow the damn train,
yes.
CJ.
So we're gonna have fastest time to clear wrong side of the tracks and the follow-up mission, just business.
Excellent.
It's good.
That makes what you said just a few seconds ago a lot clearer.
Yeah. It's good to say that for a lot of these challenges, obviously we're going to provide a save file. Most of them are already done. For the challenge, you're not allowed to manipulate the save file. You play with whatever items have been provided to you, whatever vehicle is stored, etc. But that should go without saying. Let's do another week and then pull some people in.
Sounds good.
All right. Let me hear. I got a ping in my private DMs. Hey, I don't like these games. Can you re-roll them? No, but I can remove.
Yeah, dude, let's just re-roll them all. No problem.
Yeah, actually, let me remove all the work we did for the past half year. All right. Week 1, game 1. Dodge this, motherfuckers.
Week 4, game 1. Yes. Now, taking it back to Fightcade with this entry, experimenting a little bit more than what we can do on this, realized it got quite a bit of entertainment value last year, and we figured why not capitalize on that? But what does the challenge come down to here, boys?
Well, the in-game matches are a best of 3. So we're gonna do just one match with the team of your choice against the opponent. You win, you win. It's that
straight up simple. Play the damn game.
Guys, can you stop DMing me with, hey, we need more racing games? Can you stop trolling me? We don't need more racing games. All right? We have enough.
Give it a second. Give it a second.
We have one racing game. Time, if you DM me right now, I will kick you. All right, let's move on to game 2. I swear to God, I won't kill you. I have 6 DMs right now.
And leaning into it even further, another Fightcade entry, Super Puzzle Fighter 2. This is one of my games that I definitely had in the arcade, got a lot of fun with. I wasn't the best at this style of game, but visually appealing and enjoyable nonetheless. That being said, what's our challenge here? Is it just as straight up normal as the first one, or are we taking a twist?
No, we're gonna do something similar to Third Strike Fight for the Future, although this time you select 2 fighters, you submit those ahead of the time to the referee, and you keep fighting with them until you lose a best of 3 fight with them. It's good to mention that hidden characters are not allowed for this challenge. I think that includes Akuma. Once again, first one to run out of characters loses. What I really love about games like this is that there's a direct reflection of your input at the opponent's screen. So the better you perform, the harder it becomes for your opponent to make their move.
Right. It's not only about clearing your board, it's about doing it effectively in a way that floods your opponents.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna...
Fantastic. And what do we have rounding out this week? I believe we're finally going to give these guys another scratch.
I mean, let's do another racing game, and then we're gonna pull some people in here for responses. I like that I got one DM
Sounds
saying,
good.
I love you. I love you too.
Keeping them alive. Keeping them alive. Road Rash. A lovely entry. Just a quick aside, this is one of the games I was playing. My mom never liked games too much, but she came in and saw that I could whip a cop with a chain, laughed, and was like, that looks like a fun one, and then left me to play the game.
I remember going over to a friend's house when I was younger, and they had this game, and I had no idea what it was. Years later, still didn't remember the game. I remembered motorbikes and chains whipping someone, and maybe that's where some of my fucked up mind came from. But
not my let's, I don't know if we should reveal that on stream.
Alright, moving on. Let's get some reactions on the games.
All right, I want to drag in you and you. Auburn, Freestar. We've had a few more game reveals here. We're starting to see a more developed list. What are you guys thinking so far? Are you seeing what you like? Are you getting a little bit worried as this goes on? Impressions.
I'm seeing some games that you first.
No, go for it.
I'm seeing some games that I feel pretty confident in. I'm also seeing a few games that I feel like I have no chance in. So I hope that me and my team are able to figure out which games go where and the best composition.
All right, and Auburn, how about yourself?
Yeah, mostly I'm just impressed with the selection so far. Just it's very extremely varied and just a lot of different types of tasks, and I think that'll play a really big part with like team selection as far as who we put on each game. And I think that'll make things extremely interesting here. But as far as the games themselves, I have no idea which ones I want to tackle here. I feel like it's going to be tough for any of these in this block, and should be a good time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. The layer of strategy that this adds brings a whole new aspect to it. You can kind of pregame a little bit, talk amongst yourselves, and see who wants to tackle it. But yeah, guys, glad to have you in here. We're going to keep it moving and see what we have next on the week.
Just checking in real quick. I see someone audio cut out. All right, audio is good. Fine for me. All right. Week 5, game 1.
Windjammers. This is one that recently got a remake not too long ago. But this is where it started. Another Fightcade entry. Sport themed, keeping it on with the Olympics. Fast-paced action. I haven't experienced myself, but I know it's a very popular title. What's the challenge here, boys?
Well, the thing with these Fightcade titles is that the challenges are very similar most of the times when it comes to these one-on-one situations. So what we're going to do is you select 3 characters, submit them ahead of time. You keep using the same character until you lose a best of 3. One thing that differs here is we all start on beach, and then the loser selects the next stage to play on.
All right, makes it a little bit interesting. Let's keep it moving.
I think it would be nice to do a racing game now. Meanwhile, Misery, can you give me a Nintendo counter update?
An absolute classic. Taking it back to the old days, the old school challenge. If you wouldn't mind, I'm actually going to take the challenge on this one. It looks like we're actually doing the fastest time to defeat Basakar, starting at stage 1 without getting a single game over. If both players fail to finish, however, the player that got the furthest wins. Similar to our Metal Slug entry, just taking it into a Ninja Gaiden territory. I think the differentiation between arcade and NES is going to let other players shine. Like we heard earlier in one of those newcomers in the friend groups, they were confident that anything on that NES or SNES would be their powerhouse entry. This might be their chance.
The challenge was actually supported by Climax, amazing developer on Retro Achievements, also made a ROM hack for Ninja Gaiden, if I remember correctly. I have no idea what they did with it because I've never played Ninja Gaiden in my life, and you guys cannot stop me.
It's a good time if you're not looking to have, I don't know, if you're looking to get frustrated. But anyway, moving on to our final game of this week.
Blood Parade, eat your heart out.
School is in session, folks, and it's no Mavis Beacon. No, we're taking this to Typing of the Dead, an entry that most people have come to enjoy with a little bit of tongue-in-cheek variety, and one that I'm sure most of us all here have played in the classic light gun style. But what's our challenge here, boys?
Man, very simple. Fastest time to clear the final exam drill.
We're going right to the final test. Hope you studied.
All right, let's
I
move
think we
on.
should get another week in here. Yeah.
Yeah, we can actually let's do it all the way up to week 7, and then we can
Sounds good.
We can get 3 people in here maybe. All right, week 6, game 1, guys. Time, this is the point where you're supposed to commentate, not type, man.
I know. I see people talking.
Alright, we're doing it again. We're doing it again. I don't give a fuck. You guys can stop me. I own this stream.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Oh, man, it's Kirby. No.
Oh, my
God. All right, so a GBA entry, though. It's definitely something a lot of people enjoy. The series, main protagonist here is hard not to love. These Kirby games are still in nature, but I know with the right challenge, we could be looking for a little bit of a hill to climb. What are we doing there?
Do you like bosses?
Is this a boss endurance run?
This is the fastest time to beat the boss endurance.
All right, buckle down, practice your bosses. You've got one goal here. Ride that power star. All right, moving on to the next week. What do we have? Or not week, game.
I don't want to be riding Misery's stick right now, but I'm doing this for you, baby. Here you go.
Street Hoop! Taking it back to the Neo Geo days, an arcade entry, and also on Fightcade. We're seeing a lot of these fast-paced, head-to-head entries. The excitement behind them just keeps them moving, and there is never a dull moment. What challenge are we looking here for this one?
Select 3 teams. Submit these ahead of the match to the referee. You keep using the same team until you lose a game with them. You run out of team.
Simple as.
You lose. Should we do another one?
I think we should do another one.
Man, I wish Wolfman was here, because he would love this shit.
I know, he would be losing his mind right now.
Wolfie. It's a racing game, guys.
His favorite. And there we are, an actual DDR entry, 5th mix on the PS1. This is something that I know a lot of people can take to the bank. For some reason, people can just play these games like it's, brushing their teeth. It's something simple and mindless. They barely have to pay attention, and they're getting perfects on here. I think the challenge is going to make or break this one. What do we have?
We do, in fact, have the challenge. Boot up DDR5 5th mix. Turn on your webcam, use a real dancing pad, and record yourself doing 3 songs of your choice. The person that looks the prettiest wins. Nah.
So we're bringing it into the open now.
Nah, guys, come on. I know you're all socially shy. You don't want to show your face. I know.
How many forfeit? Yeah. I forfeit. Yeah.
Oh, no. Just like my mic broke? No, my webcam broke. I'm sorry, bro. Don't you guys have phones? All right. DDR 5th mix, we got a best of 3. Highest score wins per song. Game mode single, EX scoring, which means for a perfect, you get 2 points. For a great, you get 1 point. Song number 1, No Limit Tonight from my country. Thank you very much. Can I get some recognition for the Dutch? Song number 2, Broken My Heart by Naoki. And song number 3, Insertion, also by Naoki, but then underground, because she was hiding from something. I have no idea from what, but,
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, man. If those scary bullies come for you on RA, you better hide. You know who I'm talking about.
You better dance your way underground.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, you bully. X-Claws.
That being said, we are running a little bit long in the tooth, and as much as fun as I'm having, we gotta keep this boy moving.
Yes, let's go. Week number 71. I heard the bird is complaining.
It's a little cold out there. Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow. Rack up that Nintendo counter there, Miss Ray. This was one I actually played and had a lot of fun with growing up. The animations were smooth on it. Pixel work is something that still is pretty enjoyable to see. But what's the challenge we have here?
Challenge we have is fastest time to clear the Realm of the Dead and defeat the final boss there on normal difficulty. There is a password provided in the challenge description.
Excellent. Should be pretty easy to get to, but it's all about execution.
All right. that. Quickly moving on to game number 2.
Ape Escape, a classic a lot of us here at RA played, both growing up and replayed on this platform itself. Something a lot of people had fun, and as far as I remember it, one of the earliest introductions to the PS1 getting joysticks, which I remember picking up for the first time, feeling foreign as hell and thinking, there's no way these things are going to stick around. Egg on my face. That being said, what's our challenge?
Well, I just want to give a big shout out to Televendalist because I asked him about this game to provide me with save files or help with the leaderboard, and he never responded to me. So thank you, Televendalist. I love you.
Big props. Big props.
Big props. Big props. No, I know he's a busy man, but thank you, Tally.
It's all right.
Best of 5 time attack, consisting of Fossil Field, Hot Springs, Crumbling Castle, TV Tower, and my favorite, Sushi Temple if it was pizza, but it's sushi, so not my favorite.
Hey, well, you can be wrong. It's all right. What do we got for that third entry?
All right. You guys ready for a racing game?
Now this is a game where if you know the mechanics, you can really make a ton of cash in just one level. If you haven't played it before, easy to learn, hard to master. Similar to the Crazy Taxi series, with a little bit more bells and whistles on top of it. While you're practicing, you are going to get more than sick of the voice lines. But what's our challenge?
On hard difficulty, earn the most amount of money on Evergreen Terrace. We're trying to keep it a bit accessible for everyone. You know, let's do some Evergreen Terrace. Earn the most amount of money. Hard difficulty should be good enough.
Excellent. Now I got a couple of people in here I have my eyes on for this one. So I'm going to bring Amir and Blaze back in.
I hope it's
gentlemen. Welcome back aboard. We've had some racing games come aboard, and there's a reason I picked you two. Not that Amir specializes in racing games, but I know we had some worries about the competition going into it. What are we thinking about these game lists so far? What are we liking? What are we worried about?
You go first, Blaze.
I mean, there's not a lot of. I mean, obviously my my choice in games is pretty limited, so there's not like a ton of stuff that I feel like I could be able to destroy somebody at. There's definitely a few games, more than I expected, but yeah, like, you know, you keep hyping me up as the racing game guy, but like fucking I don't know, man. I kind of suck.
No. I said it before. You say it all the damn time. You downplay your shit, and then you get in there and you do pretty all right. So I refuse to accept that answer. That being said, what do you think about the little bit more varied entries this year? We're not done yet. We've still got a few more weeks to go, but we kind of rounded it out. Would you agree?
Well,
pretty excited.
Yep. Well,
Excellent.
first of all, DDR, yes. Second of all,
Yeah. I was really excited to play Kirby, but then DDR got rolled and my team immediately put me on DDR duty, so that's a good moment.
You have an obligation. You have an obligation. All right, guys. Glad to have you here. Let's keep it rolling.
Yep.
All right, voice. I love it. Jackie Crush, an absolute favorite of mine. I don't believe I played it on the SNES, but my god, if it's... Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. It just took a second to realize. If it's a pinball game, I'm in. This is one where I'm not competing, but I'm excited. Oh, well, we're done watching that video, I suppose. This is one that I'm excited to see. I know pinball is one of those things that you either know it or you don't. You can take it to some extreme levels. I believe Sarconius is the guy who is kind of known as the pinball man on this website. But I know we also have some other sleepers in here that really can do some work. What's our challenge?
Damn, I lost it. Highest score until running out of balls, or guys, because we don't want to be here until fucking 2 at midnight, except Amir, because he's in that time zone. Or auto submits after 7 minutes, and you will be playing on high ball speed.
Excellent. So you've got a hard cap max that you can get depending on what you can do in those 7 minutes.
Yes.
Love to see it. What do we got next?
Yes. Up next, oh man, this was my first entry to online gaming. I don't even remember the platform.
I'm hyped.
But it was like a prequel to Fightcade, and I have no idea what it was called. But I would always play this game because I love the music, I love the style. Here we go.
Yes. This is what I'm also super invested in.
I love this, man.
Taking it back to Fightcade, an absolute classic. Come on, Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes. Everybody's familiar with this. Choose your team, get in there, see what you can do, drop some quarters. What's our challenge, boys?
5 fighters, submit them ahead of the match, keep using characters until you lose a fight with them. Man, I would play the shit out of Jin, because I'm bad at fighters, but that guy would throw out a giant fist. I was a kid, I was like, hey, yo, what the...
Are you seeing this giant fist?
I still don't know what that guy is from, what franchise. I still don't know, but he throws a giant fist and his theme song is epic. All right, let's go on to game 3.
I'm a Mega Man stan.
You're fired.
Also going to be a very fun entry. Now, this is a little bit of a curveball here. Pokemon Showdown, bringing in some different battles here. Everybody knows their stuff at least a little bit when it comes to Pokemon, but it all comes down to what are my restrictions, what are the challenges?
Yes, we will be running a best of 3 in 1 match of each of the following categories. Gen 4 overused, Gen 6 doubles overused, and modern anything goes.
So we got a variety of options here. Breaks up the Pokemon monotony a little bit and opens up the door for some very interesting matches.
Yes.
Let's keep the weeks moving.
Yeah, Time, you were talking about that mine in the group stage when people were picking balls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you're ready to explode, my man.
Neo Bomberman Arcade. Arguably one of the stronger entries in the Bomberman series. Very visually appealing, very smooth. Though not being the newest, still holds up extremely well. What's your challenge here?
Challenge, once again, since it's Fightcade, not too complicated. Select 3 characters, submit them ahead of the match, and you keep using it until you lose a best of 3.
Very simple. Keep it simple, but it's going to be fun.
Yep.
Moving on.
Well, man, we're going to I say this about a couple of games, but we're going to N64. Misery, you can put up the counter by 1. This was my favorite N64 game, and I used to play this at my friend's house. His mom would help us. Man, this is pure nostalgia for me. Let's take a look.
All right, an absolute classic entry. I'm sure the piece of trivia everyone knows about this is the expansion pack that was included for free was necessary, or you weren't going to be able to run the darn game. Game-breaking bug found out at the last stage of development. That being said, what's our challenge here?
So we're gonna provide you with a save where you're gonna be entering Jungle Japes for the first time, and then it's the fastest time to beat Armadillo and collecting the key. So you'll have to get some bananas.
Just a little boss run there.
Yeah, you need to get some bananas, see what the fastest strat is to get those bananas. You know, not too bad.
Simple on the surface, can be executed very well. What are we rounding out this week with?
We're going to a game and challenge submitted by one of my actually favorite French guys, Sinus. Great dev. Let's see what he submitted to the competition this year.
Armored Core on the PS1. Honestly, getting a lot more attention these days with the recent updated release from Software there. What put these guys on the map, frankly? They got their days in early and kept it going with quality releases. What's the challenge?
So we're going to play the mission Stop Gas Exposure, and you're going to beat it in the quickest time possible. We're going to provide you with an endgame save file with all the mech parts, and you need to build the mech you want to use before the event. You get 2 tries to get the lowest time. And if there is the rare case where the time is the same, then the winner is determined by who has more health left.
All right, fairly simple. Let's get a couple folks in here, and then we'll move on to those last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and grab... Try and remember who was able to talk. I want to get one of those friend group guys here. So we're going to grab you, and then we're going to grab, I believe, Balrog.
I hope they want to.
You two are from 2 of the friend groups, right? Not together, but separate.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I still going on.
Yeah, no worries about that. So it's one of those things where we've got a lot of games revealed so far. Your fresh faces to the competition, fresh faces to the website. What are you thinking of the lineup?
There's some games I'm looking forward to playing. See some rhythm games on there. That's great to see. Some weird ones. I did not expect Pokemon Showdown, but I'm not playing that. I'm not even gonna touch that.
All right, Balrog, what about yourself?
Yeah, we see a lot of games on there that we're already talking strategy on. It's very cool to see a lot of fighting games being included because we have a couple of members on our team that are pretty strong at that. And this is very exciting.
Fantastic. I love that chat has gone a little bit silent as we've revealed games because people are already discussing strategy. That's a fantastic thing to see. People are hungry for this. Voice, let's hit those last 2 weeks.
Yes. Are you ready for Color a Dinosaur time?
I think I am.
All right.
And falling back on an old classic, one that's become almost tradition at this point, the Ham Ham games. Representing the Olympics themselves in their own little tiny cuddly right, you bring people to different levels and different events, executed with the best time, and different challenges. I believe last year we had 2 people tie for the exact world record time.
Yeah.
What is our challenge here this year?
We're gonna do the exact same thing as last year, as those are all the events that you can participate in fairly,
yes,
in a fair way to compete against another player, which is the best of 13. That sounds very intimidating, but the games are very very short. 100 meter HM dash, hammer throw, driving. I mean hamsters in cars, diving. Excuse me. Hurdles, birdback riding, which you just saw in the clip, which is the worst minigame in this entire fucking game. Pole vault, carrot pull, swimming, archery, sailing, triple jump, synchronized swimming, and marathon, which is, in my opinion, the hardest minigame. I just want to say that this should come as no surprise. This is a staple. We're going to do this every year until I die. Maybe I'll die before next year. We won't get the 24-25 season.
I'll just pick up the torch and you bet your ass the Ham Ham games are going to be in there.
We keep the torch alive. All right. Semifinals game 2 coming up. People have been asking for this. People, I listen to you. I will give you what you want. Eat your heart out.
I think week 3 is going to be the eat your heart out.
Oh, man.
Or excuse me, the next game. But not to sell this one short. Dodonpachi, a well-known favorite amongst the community here. Shmups have been asked for a hot minute. So you know what? This is your chance to prove yourself. One I've experienced for a little bit. I do enjoy a shmup myself, but if I'm not dog shit at him. What's our challenge here?
I mean, when we reach this point, we're up to the top 4 teams. Is that right? Top 4 teams? Yeah, I think so. Highest score without dying time.
Very simple.
And also
7-minute auto submit.
7-minute auto submit. I mean, I can't make it easier than that.
Best of luck to you, shmup fans. But now this one, I believe, is going to set the chat on fire. What do we have for this last game of the week here?
Yes, I mean, fire. It could put it on a fist fight, in melee range, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Some kind of brawl. Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of friends. Some of them could be brothers. There we go, folks. Super Smash Bros. Melee, taking it an era early. We're stepping into the GameCube realm. Everybody has played this. Everybody has loved this. We heard people asking for it, and we wanted to bring it to the table. What's our challenge, boys?
We are going to select 3 characters, submit them ahead of the match, keep using the same character until you lose a stock fight with them. I don't think we specified the amount of stocks yet, but it will probably be the standard for tournament size. We'll get back to that. Good thing to know. I see some GameCube confirmed in the chat.
Calm it down.
Guys, although I'm a developer, I've been very inactive for the past half year. There is no confirmation you're going to get on GameCube from me, but we will be playing this on Slippy. So
I suggest everybody who's curious listen to the last episode of the podcast with Wes, though. Might be a little information in there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh. Clearly, I don't listen to the podcast enough.
Excellent. So we have a nice way to round out that week, but now we're stepping into the final week of the competition. We're probably bringing it to some classics, but what do we have?
How about we start off with a platformer, as if we don't have enough yet. Oh, wait, what? No, we're not.
Wait!
We're not gonna wait, Moon. We're not gonna wait. We're gonna roll the next clip.
Mega Man Zero on the GBA, the original entry here. A franchise I am more than familiar with and more than a fan of. They knew that everybody played as Zero back in the day, so why not just give him his own damn game? Everybody wants a sword. What's our challenge here, boys?
Clear the final mission by defeating Copy X in the fastest time. So endgame content, baby.
You better know how to run it and run that pattern clean. All right, let's keep her moving.
All right, game number 2 of the grand finals. I love this game. The soundtrack is the best in the entire world.
Neo Turf Masters, another Fightcade entry. We're taking it a little bit slow. We're going back to your dad's game, golf. Honestly, though, some of the more relaxing and enjoyable games I've played. What's our challenge?
The first player to get 5 whole wins. So not whole wins, but whole wins. Does that make sense? Over the other player in match play, and the course will be randomly chosen by the referee.
Excellent. All right, so we have a little bit of a random draw in there, but should be a good time for Neo Turf Masters. It is a fun game.
That on the green, that haunts me in my sleep, man. I wake up the first thing. On the green.
I don't want to be on the green anymore, please.
I love this game. All right, time. Final game reveal. Are you
last
ready?
Entry of
Or
the?
Are you just happy?
Yes, of the entire event. No, I'm having a blast. Let's go.
All right, chat. Are you ready for the final racing game? Yes? Oh, you're out of luck because this is a sports event and racing is not a sport.
Mario Superstar Baseball. Right on the GameCube, we're taking one more entry out of there, stepping us a little bit forward in time, and keeping that sports theme for our final week. As far as I know, we're still deciding a firm challenge on this, correct?
Yeah. So basically, there is an entire league for this game. They are using a program called Project Rio, which is basically a fork of Dolphin. We haven't had the time with all the preparation for this show and the stream to finalize this challenge, but it will be a one-on-one live net play. The only question is, how do we do like the team draw, and is there a draft, or we still need some more time to
Well, Good thing is we have more than a few weeks to sort that out ahead of time.
Yeah, there's
and
big time coming up.
And we'll definitely assure communication with as much advance notice as we can.
Yeah.
But that rounds us out. Those are the games. Those are the teams. Those are your groups. Those are the competitors that you're going to be facing against for the next Saturday as far as the eye can see. We know what the challenges are. We know what we have to do. People are already strategizing in the background and trying to line their best players up against the best competition they have. Group A fierce thunderhouse. Some new faces in there as well, but that doesn't mean they can't bring their own thunder. Group B, nothing to mock either. We have some absolutely fierce competition amongst those. And honestly, some friendly faces in there who might just be downplaying their own skills for humble politeness. Group C, made up of some fresh faces and friend groups alongside Group D, and I can't wait to see what they do. And with our final, Group E, the returning champion of Pampa, and a strong fucking powerhouse there as well. I don't think we have a single group here that's going to be a boring week, a boring event. I think everybody has their strengths, their suits. We've heard people are trying to have fun with this first and foremost, and it's a great attitude to have. But honestly, come game day, fun goes to the wayside, and it's time to win. I want to see people hungry. I want to see people chasing it down. I want to see people going for the gold.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been time. I gotta say, it's been a blast working with you again. Obviously, we haven't done this in a while. We got a very big team of volunteer streamers and referees that will support us in the background, and will also be providing these streams. Man, it's good to be back. We worked really hard to pull this off.
It is.
We worked hard to get these intros and decide, and man, I'm so happy. Happy we're back. And I just want to say thank you to everyone pulling up today that came to watch. Thank you to everyone that's going to compete in the coming weeks. We're going to make an amazing event. And best of all, we're going to have some fun.
Fantastic. And I couldn't be happier to be here either, guys. We have some fierce weeks ahead of us. Thank you to everybody who has volunteered, signed up, contributed, behind the scenes work. Everybody, it's working together that makes it happen. But I believe we're closing in on the end. This has been Time Crush. Glad to be here. Gonna see you more in the future. Voice, any final words?
No, let's stay in touch, everyone. We have the Retro Olympics chat. If something is up, if you think that a challenge has a game-breaking glitch that you want to talk about, if there's anything that comes up, please use the Retro Olympics channel. Yes, you can DM me personally, but it's faster to go to the channel because all the volunteers are in there. I saw some comments regarding the Rhythm Heaven challenge. We will be discussing that, and we will be updating the website as soon as possible. Shout out to Monkeybug for already posting the games. As I said, some challenges may not have the right description yet, but we'll get that sorted quickly. Thank you for being here. Time, thank you for being here, and we are gonna make an amazing event starting in January 6th.
Excellent. Enjoy the holidays, folks, and we will all see you in the new year.
See you in the next year, guys.